Welcome, Pewter Report readers, viewers, and listeners to a brand new edition of the Pewter GameDay Show, energized by Celsius, the official energy drink of PewterReport.com and the Pewter GameDay Show. We have finally made it, ladies and gentlemen, after a long weekend of football, postponement of a game that got moved to today. We are capping the Super Wildcard Round with Bucs versus Eagles on Monday Night Football, a rematch of a Monday night game earlier in Week 3. How will this game be different? I'm fired up to get into it. I'm your host, Matt Matera. Joined with me is my fellow colleague from PewterReport.com, Adam Slavon. Adam, how we doing? Are you ready?
Matt, I'm doing great. It's game day, and it's not just any game day, right? We're here for a playoff edition of the Game Day Show. Absolutely pumped to get into this with you.
Yeah, super excited. I think before we get into the Bucs-Eagles game, we got plenty of time to talk about that. Let's chat a little bit about what went on this weekend, because we do know if the Buccaneers are victorious tonight, they will be traveling to Detroit next week to take on the Lions as they beat the Rams. Got to give you some credit as well. Packers beat the Cowboys. The Cowboys absolutely choked. What stood out to you this weekend? Because while there were some blowouts, I thought it was very entertaining football for the most part.
I would definitely say so. Going back to yesterday, absolutely did not expect the Packers to come out the way they did against the Cowboys. But that's a Mike McCarthy-led team for you. And the Cowboys are known for choking. And then the other game that really stood out was the Browns and the Texans. CJ Stroud did not expect a rookie quarterback to be doing the things he's been doing, but he balled out. And the other game from last night, the Lions and the Rams, it already sounds like a classic. 24-23. You had a lot of back and forth action, a game that could have gone either way, but ultimately the Lions prevailed. And what a great story for the city of Detroit. Even as a Packers fan growing up, you got to respect Detroit for all the losing, being able to turn it around and really flip the script under Dan Campbell and Brad Holmes.
Yeah, I mean, that game had all the juice because you had Stafford going to Detroit, first time playing against them. Also was the first home game for the Lions since 1993. And the game just started out great. Like, I think Goff started 9 for 9 with completions, and Stafford was like 5 for 5 starting out. You get the quick touchdown, tons of points in that game. The over somehow did not hit. CJ Stroud was phenomenal against the two teams I was like so high on going to the playoffs was the Browns and the Cowboys to smoke the Packers. And I was completely off on both of those. But CJ Stroud looking fantastic throwing the football. That was really cool to see. What game are we missing? Chiefs, Dolphins. I think the Dolphins, we've said it before, they're a soft candy ass team. They're not physical. They get beat up pretty quickly. They never really stood much of a chance against Kansas City. So, looks like we lost Adam. That's all right. I'll host the show. I'm going to be hosting the show the first 3 quarters anyway, or the final 3 quarters anyway. But any game in particular that was most interesting to you guys, feel free to let us know. Paul, a.k.a. Florida Dreamhouse, says refs gave it to the Lions. Puka was a victim of a defensive holding, and 11 Stevie Wonder could see it. Byron says, oh, here we go. Yeah, people hating on the Cowboys right now. I get it. I mean, I tweeted out, I'm ready to see Stephen A. Smith. Adam lost Wi-Fi, so he is... That's why he's not on. That's why he got kicked out. Damn, that sucks for Adam. Especially for the playoff game. Whew. That's one that you don't want to miss. Byron Turner says, Miami can't play in cold weather. Yeah, I mean, I was thinking about that too, but then you go back to, by the way, my headphones are not working. We're having some technical difficulties. My headphone, it's plugged into the laptop, but the StreamYard isn't picking up my headphones. So I guess if I'm only on, I don't really need the headphones on anyway. But then I think about like, okay, well, the Packers went into Lambeau a couple of years ago and won. And yeah, it was Tom Brady. It wasn't just because they were cold. Adam, you're back.
Yeah, for some reason, like my power kicked out. It's not raining yet, Tampa fans, but I don't know. We're
Yeah,
back.
someone was actually just asking for a weather update. What do we got right now?
It looks like it's supposed to start around 8 o'clock. It's only
Okay.
supposed to go for an hour, 80% chance, but it's only supposed to be drizzle. So not as much rain as maybe was expected, which is a
Yeah.
good thing. Doesn't
Oh
change the
man.
game too
Uh,
much.
yeah. If they have to delay this game, I'm gonna be so upset. So upset.
Yeah.
By the way, shout out to all the people in the chat right now. Love the Pewter people. It's been such a fun season, and hopefully we keep doing it with with the Bucs victory today. That means they'll play next Sunday at I believe 4 o'clock. I know Dan Campbell said 3 o'clock, but they are
Yeah.
on Central Time, so it'll be 4 o'clock. So everyone can set their calendars and get ready for that game for sure. Cali Buck says it doesn't look like a lot of rain for a delay. Yeah, hopefully not. I just always think they're
Once you get the
lightning, stuff
lightning.
like that always plays a factor. By the way, shout out to Matt Plummer watching from Canada. So
Wow.
pretty cool. Got some Canadian viewership for this
Pretty cold
game.
up there.
What's up?
Right now. It's pretty cold up there.
Yeah, it has to be. All right, let's dive into this Bucks versus Eagles matchup. I believe the injury report came out, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it would have to by now. Nothing too shocking with the Bucks, Adam. Really, the biggest thing was someone who's going to be missing on the Eagles side of it.
Yeah, and Reed Blankenship, the safety. So 3 of their top 4 safeties are going to be out. Obviously, AJ Brown is the bigger name, but that's already been known. But I'm really curious to see how the Eagles secondary looks in this one. Vontae Maddox, usually their third corner, he's going to be getting work, presumably at free safety, along with Zion McCollum's twin brother, Tristan McCollum. So battle of the brothers in this
Yeah,
one.
that was a big storyline in week 3 because Zion had been playing well. He obviously was coming in for Jamel and Carlton, and now it's kind of odd because he's been starting essentially all season long, and then now in the biggest game of the year, it's not Zion McCollum anymore. It's Carlton Davis and Jamel Dean, and his brother I think primarily is a special teams guy and a backup for the Eagles. And in his biggest game, he actually gets the start. So little bit of a trading places type of thing. So that'll definitely be fun to watch. And then, AJ Brown, that's huge. I know it was announced the other day. First of all, thought it was quite odd that they announced it on Friday. Like, why would you give that competitive advantage to the Bucs? Now they can game plan.
Especially when it's your best offensive weapon.
Yeah, I thought that was quite odd.
Yeah, I agree. And who is their number 1 wide receiver in this one besides Devontae Smith? You have
Julio Jones.
Julio Jones revenge game or Olamide Zacchaeus? It's like not a lot of promising options beyond Devontae Smith.
Zacchaeus has hurt the Bucs before. I mean, obviously going back to his days with the Atlanta Falcons. It's funny because I tweeted out the other day that I was like, Julio Jones revenge game, and someone was like, what revenge? It's like, I'm just making a joke. Have a little fun. There's no ill will between the Bucs and Julio Jones. He was here for 1 season. He missed half the year because he was injured. But Julio's done a little bit of work with the Eagles. I think he has at least 2 touchdowns on the season. I'm about to look up his stats.
Yeah, 2 or 3.
Julio Jones. He's got 3 touchdowns. He scored twice against the Cardinals when they lost at home on New Year's Eve. I mean 74 receiving yards in the whole year, just 11 catches. So he's reached the end zone. So I guess that is most important. By the way, shout out to some of the other people in the comments right now. Byron Turner says, love you guys. Matty Diamonds, thank you for all the live stream this season, my man. Byron, thank you so much. We couldn't do this without you and all the other Pewter people. So we really, really appreciate your support. And we got Kurt McDonald commenting in saying, great content. Love your work, lads, all the way in Australia. That is so freaking cool. Kurt, thank you so much for watching. Hope you're enjoying it over, I believe it's called the Gold Coast in Australia, that side of the world. So freaking cool that we got fans in the U.S., we got Canadian fans, we got Australian fans. So
yeah,
it really does make it that much exciting because of everyone doing this. Another thing that really, really excites me is when I get the opportunity to talk about my favorite energy drink, which of course is Celsius energy drinks, the official energy drink of the Pewter GameDay Show. And they got their new flavors, the Celsius Essentials. They are performance energy drinks with 270 milligrams of caffeine to help you live fit. There's no sugar, of course. Celsius Essentials is the ultimate energy drink line by Celsius, formulated for the fitness enthusiasts looking to elevate their performance. They're made with proprietary Meta Plus formulas, which includes 3 essential aminos. And it gives you an unbeatable combination of ingredients that support your physical and cognitive performance. With a specially formulated lineup of bold flavors, Celsius Essentials is a game changer for those wanting to unlock their full potential and take their fitness journey to the next level. They are available at 7-Elevens nationwide. You can get the 3-pack with the variety pack, variety spice of life. You can get that 3-pack at Walmart, and they're rolling out nationwide to select retailers, and all 6 flavors of the Celsius Essentials will be coming out soon to Amazon. So make sure you check out the new Celsius Essentials. Also, if you're a fan of their old flavors, that's cool as well. We love the sparkling lime, the sparkling orange, the strawberry lemonade, sparkling watermelon, tons of great flavors, no sugar, no post-energy drink crash or jitters that you may get with another product out there. So if you want to find out any flavor of Celsius, where to find it, go to the Celsius store locator, punch in your address, and it'll tell you the closest geographical location where you could pick one up. It could be a Walmart, 7-Eleven, health and fitness store, or it might just be your bodega.
Bodega.
Very good. Very good. And once you keep going to your bodega and you know you love it and you want to get more, get that variety packs, variety spice of life. You have it sent to your place of residence really whenever you want. Just make sure you're drinking Celsius energy drinks, the official energy drink of PewterReport.com and the Pewter GameDay Show. Make Celsius your number 1 pick. All right, very exciting matchup coming up at 8:15 today. I will be on live for the call. Adam will be joining me for the first quarter as well. Let's talk about when the Bucs are on the offensive side of the football. Adam, what do you want to see from this team today?
Yeah, so looking at the offensive side of the ball, obviously you have the X factor, right, of the offense, Baker Mayfield. How will he do tonight facing the Eagles defense again? But what I'm really looking at when the Bucs are on offense today, how do the trenches hold up? A lot of talk this week has been made about the trenches, bringing the physicality to the Eagles front early on both sides of the ball. But when you look at the Bucs interior offensive line, it's maybe the weak point of the offense. You have Aaron Stinney, Robert Hainsey, and Cody Mauch. They've all grown as the season's gone on, but it's not the most intimidating unit. Can they come out right away and establish that run game when you got Jalen Carter, Fletcher Cox, and Jordan Davis up front? To me, that's the biggest point when the Bucs are on offense, is establishing the run game, not just runs up the middle. I don't want to start that ticker count going in the second quarter, but maybe more zone runs, utilizing Rachaad White in space. Even if it's not a run play, let him get the ball behind the line of scrimmage on a short pass and watch what he can do. He's an electric player. And one other thing I want to get into is Darius Slay, the Eagles corner. He's making his return after missing 4 games with I think he had knee surgery. So maybe going and targeting him in his first game back, getting Mike Evans involved. Last time he caught 5 of 10 passes. He has every chance to be productive week in and week out. It's Mike Evans. So get him involved, get all the skill guys involved, and hopefully the trenches hold up enough for Baker Mayfield. He may not be moving a lot, so they're going to need to be stout up front.
I think you make a spot on point, Adam. By the way, thank you to Ryan Giles for the $1.99 super chat, who says sending good vibes to the Bucs from negative 30 degrees in
Whew.
Wyoming. Holy smokes. No, thank you. I'm actually going to Park City, Utah in February, so I'll deal with the cold then. But damn, like I'm just thinking we complain about when it's 55 degrees. I can't even imagine dealing with negative 30. But Ryan, thank you so much for the super chat. Appreciate those words. Yeah, to get back to your comment, Adam, I think you're 100% correct with really the interior offensive line for the Buccaneers. And we're obviously specifically talking about Cody Mauch, Robert Hainsey, and Aaron Stinney. I think obviously Cody Mauch has gotten better as the season has gone on. He's very smash mouth type. Hey, now you're an all-star. RIP to their lead singer. Hainsey, I think, has like leveled out. The Bucs could certainly use an upgrade from Hainsey in the offseason when it gets here. But again, hopefully the offseason isn't for another month for the Buccaneers. But you could still win with Robert Hainsey. Stinney, I think, is the big question mark because he's regressed pretty badly, in my opinion, over the last month of the season. And the pass blocking has regressed as well from the whole unit. And I would say like 7 out of 10 times it's from the interior offensive line that's struggled. So as much as the Eagles have had their issues in the secondary and even getting after the quarterback, their strength is that interior defensive line with Jalen Carter, as you mentioned. So you're going to have a little rookie on rookie action maybe with Cody Mauch and Jalen Carter in this game. And that's why it sucks that it's about to rain kind of soon. That's why it sucks if you're not going to be able to throw the football because you're going to have to rely on that run game. And yes, the Bucs run game has gotten better. I have no issues saying that. However, the Bucs run game still is not efficient and it's not good enough. They excel in one area, and that's 4-minute offense when you have the lead late in the game. But what this Bucs offense has not been able to do is prove that they can play catch up if they're down by, 15, 17 points, something like that. They tried to go toe-to-toe at times with other teams. That burned them against the Texans, obviously. And now we're learning that C.J. Stroud is a terrific,
he's a real deal.
Terrific, NFL quarterback. But if it turns into a wet, sloppy mess and the Bucs have to rely on running the ball, man, I agree. I really hope that they go to the outside because they cannot. And I love the patience of Dave Canales. We love his personality, his upbeat attitude. It's all great things. But at times, Dave Canales, as I just scratched my head, he kind of leaves you scratching your head as well because when they should be throwing it, he runs it. They run it in situations when it's like 2 minutes and it's like, you got to keep it moving. I hope normally I preach like patience with player development and keep this guy or keep that. I hope Dave Canales does not have a lot of patience today. I hope he's ready to pull the trigger, make a move one way or another, call this play, and just be aggressive because they can succeed running the football, but it cannot be between the tackles every single time. If you're going to run it 10 times, do 5 and 5, inside, outside, inside, outside. 2 inside, then pitch it to the outside when the defense does not expect it. I really, really hope that we see something a little bit different from this offense today, maybe something that they're saving just for the playoffs in these type of moments. So I think that's really important for this group.
Yeah, and just talking about Canales, at this point, I think you make some great points. He really needs to know the strengths of this offense. As the season's gone on, I definitely say the Bucs have improved. I mean, when you use the measuring point of maybe the Eagles game the first time in week 3, when you look at the Packers game where the Bucs put up 34 points, the Jaguars game where they put up 30, they do better when they don't play teams in the NFC South. I think you saw that against the Saints, the Panthers, and even the Falcons. Those are always really close games. But when they play a team they're maybe not so familiar with, at least recently, they've been able to put points on the scoreboard. And for Dave Canales, he mentioned earlier in the season, growing and getting hot at the right time. The Bucs have. They've won 5 of 6 games And now it's about surprising the Eagles, a team that at one point was a juggernaut, but this is not the same Eagles team that the
No.
Bucs faced in week 3. After starting off 10-1, they've slumped while the Bucs are trending upward. So on offense, Dave Canales, he has all the tricks in his bag. He's learned, he's gained experience from week 3, from early in the season. Now it's all about execution, calling the right plays at the right time, and getting the right guys involved.
Yeah, and if the weather does hold up, I know we talked about if it becomes an issue, but if they do attempt to run their offense as they want to, it's going to heavily involve Mike Evans. I know you talked about him a couple of minutes ago. I'm very curious how Chris Godwin is involved in this game.
Yeah.
As you mentioned, Darius Slay coming back, big play Slay. These are the type of moments where he usually tends to come up big. I would imagine he's going to see a lot of Mike Evans. The Eagles, they've obviously watched the tape. They've played against the Bucs as well. They're going to try to take Mike out. And I think Mike had a really good quote this week, even though he was very brief with many of his responses this week. He got asked a question where it was kind of alluding to the Eagles secondary just kind of being terrible. And like, do teams kind of look at that and look at a bad secondary and get excited? And he's like, teams look at it. We look at it. But for me personally, I don't necessarily put too much into it because defenses cover me different than all the other players on the team. And it's not Mike like taking a shot at anybody, but he's like, I know they're either going to double me or they're going to put a safety over the top. So I just thought that was cool insight from Mike. So if they do go with a lot of Slay and they do put a safety over the top and pretty much allow the opportunity for all other Bucs wide receivers to make a play, I hope that Chris Godwin gets involved early because I don't think it's a coincidence, Adam, that the last 2 weeks when they've struggled, Chris Godwin hasn't really seen the ball a ton. I know we got the yards late against the Saints, but that game was already done, and he only ended up with 3 catches in that game. When Chris Godwin got it going a couple of weeks ago, they were on that winning streak. Chris Godwin was making plays, and he was balling out. So I kind of feel like Chris Godwin may be that X factor in today's game because usually if he's playing well, the team is playing well too. So what do you think about that?
Yeah, I agree. I think Chris Godwin unlocks another level of the offense when he's utilized properly. He may not find the end zone, but he's the guy. If he can get those 20-yard catches and beyond, it really sets up the rest of the offense to target Mike Evans, get the ground game going within the red zone, and just being able to put points on the board. I think you saw that in the Packers game. Chris Godwin had a handful of catches over 20 yards. And look what it did. It was Baker Mayfield's best game of the season, Godwin's best game of the season. It does so much. So I think that's a great point. Chris Godwin, you talk about it every week, getting those guys going early, especially with the conditions, how they might be, it'll be a big factor.
Mm-hmm. By the way, thanks to Byron Turner for this $1.99 super chat. It says, Pewter Report picks for tonight, Matt, PRs, and Capos. We usually do this at the end of the show, but hey, you super chat us. We'll put it up on the screen. Yeah, it's a mixed bag this week for sure. Thanks again, Byron, for the super chat. But I got to remove your comment so we get to see what Bailey Adams had to pick. So, Adam, you have the Bucs winning 20-17. Josh Capo has the Eagles winning 24-13. Scott Reynolds has the Bucs winning 23-20. I have the Eagles winning 22-20, and Bailey has the Bucs coming out on top 24-20. I honestly like it more when we're not all just picking the same thing.
The Bucs are the opponent.
It's good to have a difference of opinion. It's good to have different takes on the game. I hope I'm wrong with my pick. I have no issue saying that, but I got to look at this game objectively and analytically and any other way you can think. And my job is not just to blindly choose the Bucs just because fans are fans of the Bucs, and I know our audience is Bucs fans, but that doesn't mean I'm just going to pick the Bucs every single week. That's, I don't know, it's doing a disservice to the fan base. So that's why I have the Eagles. Why'd you go with the Bucs, Adam? What is there anything you would point to that that really has you interested in that pick?
Yeah, I mean, you look at the Eagles again. I think it's just the momentum when these teams are facing each other. If this was back early in the season, maybe even in the midseason, you go with the Eagles. But just based on how the Bucs have been trending, I think they're going to be more physical in this game, facing a team that's known, and well, the city at least for the Rocky franchise. This is going to come down to the final round. It's going to be a game of blows, going back and forth. But ultimately, I think the Bucs come out victorious. They're the home underdogs, but they've shown a lot of fight this year. It ain't pretty, but it's gritty, I think has
Yeah,
been the motto this season.
that's been their saying all season long. They don't play as well at home as they do on the road for whatever reason. By the way, feel free to
That is
put
true.
in your prediction for the game if you would like, as Matthew Ryan has the Bucs winning 24-13. Kim Martin feeling very, very
Ooh,
confident, saying Bucs by 40. Demon Murphy, 31-13 Bucs. Common Sensei says the Bucs should win this. Tom says Bucs 20, Eagles 17. Advanced Sports Talk has the Bucs 25-19. Thomas Bagwell 27-17. Angelina S 27-10. Common Sensei giving a score as well. Feel free to keep putting them up. I can't read every single one, but we'll throw it on the screen. I like this from Tom as well, saying we play like week 1 against Minnesota. That wouldn't be bad. I mean,
yeah.
after you got through the first half of the offense not being able to move the ball, it'd be pretty exciting. So
It'd be one of Devin White's best games too, if that
yeah,
was the case.
yeah, early in the season for sure. Speaking of Devin White, we're going to talk about the Buccaneers defense. Obviously, defense wins championships. All right, Scott just sent us the inactives. We already talked about it 20 minutes ago. Where is it? There we go. When the Bucs are on defense, of course, that is also brought to you by Eric Gross and the Eric Gross Group. Buying a home is one of the most important things that you'll do in your life. So when you're going through this big moment, you want to have the right people on your side, and there is no better people to be working with than Eric Gross and the Eric Gross Realty Group. He'll help you buy a home. He'll help you sell a home if you're leaving the great state of Florida. He's a family-oriented man, comes from a military background. His dad was on the MacDill Air Force Base. So, like I said, if you're going to be going through this experience, why not work with someone that you're going to get along with? He's a huge Bucs fan. He's been on this show multiple times. We're going to get him back on the show again soon. I know he's going to be watching that game tonight. So check out the Eric Gross Group. Go to www.housesinfla.com to find out more information about them. You can also give them a call. The number is 513-907-4271. Once again, that's 513-907-4271. Tell them that Pewter Report sent you. And once again, shout out to the Eric Gross Group. All right, Adam, same question, different units. What do you want to see when the Buccaneers are on the offensive, defensive side of the football?
I think the biggest emphasis, the biggest point for the Bucs defense in this one is stopping the run, stopping DeAndre Swift. That should be the main objective. The Bucs have some reinforcements compared to Week 3, and Yaya Diaby, Kalijah Kancey, and also maybe a healthier Devin White. I know we mentioned him. I think those are going to be very key players in trying to stop DeAndre Swift. Last time the Bucs played him, he had 16 carries and 130 yards. He's their main weapon, especially with A.J. Brown being out. If they stop the run, that's going to be the biggest key to coming out with a win.
The biggest storyline, I think, is the fact that you got Yaya Diaby playing more snaps. Excuse me. Yaya Diaby.
Yeah.
Can't wait to drop that soundbite today if he makes a big play. The real ones know what we're talking about. Check out our show when we interviewed Yaya Diaby. You still can. It's about a half an hour long interview. So, yeah, check it out. And Kalijah Kancey being available for this game as well. Big difference. I think Kalijah Kancey helps out more just with the pass rush, which is kind of crazy to say about a defensive tackle. Helps out more in that area than necessarily what he's going to do as a run stopper, because he is a little undersized. That was the one trait people didn't love about him coming out of the draft, is that he's a little bit on the smaller side. I am worried about the Bucs being able to stop the run today. Every single Bucs player talked about that they had to stop the run. Let's go to Antoine Winfield Jr. He spoke about it. Levante spoke about it as well. We don't need to play the video. It's fine. Everyone talked about wanting to stop the run. But you know what? They couldn't against the Eagles back in week 3. They allowed 201 yards. And Adam, they didn't even do it against the Panthers last week either. They ran for 130 yards. They make Chuba Hubbard look like a Pro Bowl player.
Yeah, definitely. But overall, when you look at the season, I think the Bucs have done well in stopping the run compared to like Bijan Robinson, Alvin Kamara. They've held those guys in check. But when you look at DeAndre Swift, Jonathan Taylor had a big game as well early in the season for the Colts. And Chuba Hubbard, I think, had 2 100-yard games. It's going to be going one way or the other. Will the Bucs be able to contain Swift, or will he have a field day? Will every single run that he has go for 8 to 10 yards? I mean, last time the biggest key for the Eagles was they had an 18-minute advantage in time of possession.
Yeah.
They were able to dictate the game and just let the trenches do the dirty work while the Bucs really couldn't get anything going. I mean, it's going to be the biggest factor.
Yeah, remember, that game was a blowout. Like 25-11 was the final score. It was 25-3 with 7 minutes to go in that game, or whatever it was. Great super chat from Byron Turner. Thanks again, Byron, for another super chat of $1.99, who says, who's healthier, Hurts or Mayfield? That is a great question, because both signal callers are quite pegged up at him.
Yeah, they are. Thank you, Byron, for the super chat. If I had to pick one, I would say Jalen Hurts is probably healthier, just because it's one finger. I like the Celsius, compared to Baker Mayfield with the ankle injury and the ribs injury. I mean, when you look at it physically, Baker Mayfield, he's probably going to be more limited and moving around, while Jalen Hurts, his legs are still working. He has 15 rushing touchdowns on the season. He's going to be healthier, but both of them are banged up.
Eater 17 says contain Hurts and win. Yeah, neither guy's 100%. It's weird, because Hurts' best ability is his mobility, and the fact that he's got a hurt finger is still really important. But yeah, if he had a lower body injury, I think that's more significant to the game. Now, if he can't throw the ball well enough, then that ultimately could decide the outcome in this one. With that said, broken finger, that type of injury, I feel like when the adrenaline is pumping, you just kind of forget about it.
Feel it.
Baker already is not as mobile as Jalen Hurts. That's just Jalen Hurts being an incredible athlete. So you take away a little bit more Baker's mobility with the ankle. The rib injury, I really think it affected him last week. Yeah. We'll see if it affects him this week, because, again, he threw it pretty well in practice, but there's no one running after him. There's no one running at him. There's no one trying to take the ball away after the ball is thrown in the air. That's why I feel this first quarter is going to be a true indicator for the rest of the game, because the Bucs come out, Baker's slinging it, they're moving the ball down the field. Maybe they're running it differently, or just running it effectively, even if they go with continuously going in between the tackles. If this offense can get going, I think it's going to be a long night for the Eagles. One advantage I think the Bucs have against the Eagles, and obviously this all starts with Baker Mayfield. It's kind of like how I'm trying to tie it back in.
Yeah.
It feels like the Eagles are very, very close to having that straw that broke the camel's back, with some stuff going on behind the scenes or in the locker room with new coordinators on both sides. I think if you start beating down the Eagles just a little bit, let's just say they go up 10-0 in the first quarter, I can see the Eagles kind of folding. It's like, oh, here we go again. Like, this just happened against the Giants the week before. I think the Bucs have a better shot at breaking the spirit of the Eagles.
I agree.
In the game, if that makes sense.
I almost want to see, I don't know if you agree with this, yesterday in the Packers-Cowboys game, the Packers won the toss and they elected to receive. They
Yeah.
started off on offense, had a long 7.5-minute drive, got the lead 7-0, and then got a stop on the Cowboys. We're up 7-0 and really controlled the rest of the game. I almost feel like that's what the Bucs need to do because the Eagles, while they struggled, I would still say they have the talent advantage just based on all the star power, but the Bucs can very much win this game by controlling it. And like you said, it comes down to the first quarter and who really gets that early momentum.
Yeah, that was a huge moment. I mean, obviously, it's how they started the game, but I still think ultimately it's important. I would still rather defer and get the ball in the second half. But yeah, the Packers came out and made a statement. And by going up 7-0, by getting that stop, I know, what did they go up? 28-0 or 20? They went up 20 to
Yeah,
nothing, I think, before the Cowboys scored. They just, and it's different because this is a home game for the Bucs, though there probably will be a lot of Philly people. The Packers just took the air out of the building in that
they
game
did.
by going up 20-0. So maybe Eagles win the toss and they defer, and the Bucs end up getting the ball anyway. But yeah, I think kind of going out and jumping on the Eagles early would be huge for this game, and a lot of that will kind of determine with Baker Mayfield. And the Bucs defense needs to get some stops as well because yeah, they saved the game against Carolina, but they're not off the hook for what they did against the Saints the week before because the Saints got the ball and immediately marched down the field and went up 7-0. So
Yeah.
let me ask you this. Who do you trust more to show up today? The Bucs on offense or the Bucs on defense?
Ooh, that's a good one. I would say the Bucks on offense. I
Really?
expect
Huh.
them, yeah, to show up more just based on how the Eagles defense has looked under Matt Patricia. This is not a good Eagles defense based on all the rankings. I mean, the Bucks actually have a better defense, like statistically. The Eagles are 30th in scoring defense, giving up 25 points a game, 30th in pressure rate, although they have a lot of big names up front. I expect the Bucks offense to look a lot more improved in this one than they did in week 3. And comparatively, I think the Bucks defense will hold their own, but I do see them struggling against Swift and the tush push by Jalen Hurts. So that's how I see it.
Byron Turner with a $1.99 super chat says Britt going to sub or all live 45 shed blocks. Yeah, that's another thing, man.
Yeah.
Obviously, I go back and watch the tape. I try to watch like some highlights and stuff too. I like the condensed version that the NFL Plus has. It's nice sometimes to just like get a game done in half an hour versus like
That's
3 hours of a game you've already seen. Anyway, go going back at that game again. Yes, Devin White made the great play on third down, got the stop, but he was also unblocked and ran right up there. Man, there's other times Devin gets blocked. He's turned around. He's looking this way. The play is going that way. Like, Devin
Yeah.
still has some really, really major issues stopping the run. He really, really does. And, now you have Levante David. That's obviously very important. But if you're the Eagles, like, this is what you do. You attack the weakness of your opponent. And, okay, we're going to run it away from Levante. I would run it at Devin White every single time,
Yeah.
particularly with DeAndre Swift, but that's for other reasons. So I am curious because KJ Britt is better at stopping the run than Devin White. I don't like. There's been
Based on
enough
what we've
games,
seen.
there's been different opponents where we can go and make an assumption. Not even an assumption. We can go and give our opinions on it. I don't know if the Bucs should go back to like KJ Britt plays first and second down and Devin plays third down and blitzes and stuff like that. But I would heavily, heavily consider it, man.
Yeah, I agree. And when you think of Devin White, you want to say, hey, he's going to be that playoff 2020 version. But the first things that come to mind are Gardner Minshew beating him in the Colts game to score a touchdown, blowing a
Yeah.
coverage on Christian McCaffrey in the 49ers game. There's just so many blunders that the highest version of them often gets outweighed by the like the gaffes and just missing tackles, missing assignments. And you almost have to consider KJ Britt the same type of linebacker, that big physical Mike linebacker, almost putting him in run situations, especially how this game is lining up.
Matthew Ryan says Mr. Superhat is hating on Devin. WTF? A lot of people hate on Devin. There are not a lot of Devin White fans. There are a contingency of Devin White fans, but there's also a lot of people that are unhappy with that. So Matthew Ryan, chill, man. Let him do his thing. Let Byron Turner do his thing. Especially if he's going to super chat us. You can say whatever the hell you want. Really, I mean, keep it PG-13.
Yeah.
But yeah. Anyway, how about this? How about this theory? I don't know why I just Brian Windhorst thing. What about this? Scott had a theory about having Anthony Nelson start on the other side of Yaya Diaby for this game specifically because he's taller, he's lanky, and that's kind of better suited against these Eagles tackles versus like Shaq Barrett, who kind of struggles with taller offensive tackles.
Yeah, I think Anthony Nelson at this point can't be any worse than Shaq Barrett. Really interested to see Yaya Diaby, just want to say, going up against Jordan Mailata. That's like two physical specimens just like going at it for 4 quarters. But Anthony Nelson would have to say he's better in run defense, and it isn't all going to be about pressuring the quarterback. It's going to be about stopping the run. So you mentioned it, same point with Devin White, getting guys in that can really contribute in that.
Narav says, I'm rocking the 45 jersey tonight. I'm hoping to revive the 2020 playoff Devin White juju. Yeah. I mean, hopefully he has a good game. Maybe he picks up another interception like he did against the Eagles and the interception he had a couple of weeks ago. I even chose Devin White as the player that has to play well in this game if the Buccaneers want to win. If you want to win some more money, making some player props and maybe some different picks,
Matty Diamonds,
there's still time. Yeah, holla at your boy, Matty Diamonds. There's still time to go over to Underdog Fantasy and use that promo code Pewter. That's PEWTER. Get a first deposit bonus when you play. Pick anywhere from 2 to 5 players, at least one from each team. Win up to 20 times your money on any game that you are watching. Betting on different higher or lowers on receiving yards, passing touchdowns, interceptions. There's a lot of tackling stats as well. So shout out to Underdog Fantasy. Use that promo code Pewter, PEWTER.
Matt, shout out to Matty Diamonds. Why don't you give the Pewter people your picks for this week? I really like them.
Thank you. I'll do that after we do these matchups. Let's go quick because it's 8:08. The game's starting at 8:15. Let's just blow right through these. Bucs offense against Eagles defense. Cody Mauch against Fletcher Cox. I mean, it's Fletcher Cox. He's a longtime veteran, still great at what he does. Cody Mauch is a rookie in his first playoff game. Robert Hainsey against Jalen Carter. It's Jalen Carter. Baker Mayfield versus Kevin Byard, though, Adam. I'm actually going to give the nod to Baker. Kevin Byard, everyone thought it was a great trade, and I did as well. He has really, really struggled since going to the Eagles. So I like Baker.
Yeah, I went with Baker as well, especially Kevin Byard. He's the last man standing in the secondary, and he isn't the same version of himself that he was with the Titans. So going to give the edge to Baker in this one.
Rachaad White versus the Eagles linebackers. I like Rachaad White if he can get out in space. So that's not necessarily on him. It's if the Bucs offense can kind of scheme that up. So I'll take Rachaad White. How do you see it?
Yeah, I went with White with that asterisk of getting him in space. But the Eagles linebackers, that's a weak point of their defense. I mean, they picked up Shaq Leonard and as a stopgap, a Band-Aid. So Rachaad White has every chance to really have a big game in this one.
And then Mike Evans against James Bradbury. Respectable matchup for sure. But, I mean, it's Mike Evans. I'm taking Mike.
Oh, yeah. You can't go wrong taking Mike Evans. I'm going to go with him as well.
Okay, a very exciting matchup. Vita Vea against Jason Kelsey. I'm going to go push, just out of respect for both players. Two great players. Jason Kelsey, a first-team All-Pro, and we obviously know how important Vita Vea is to this defense.
Yeah, this is an old-school football matchup between two gritty football players. I have it as a push, too. It's going to be a lot of back and forth, and be interesting to see that tush-push play.
Yeah. Vita was able to stop it one time, but then they just ran it again. Levante David against DeAndre Swift. I'm going to give the slight nod, excuse me, to Levante. He's been doing this for a long time. Great man, great player. I'll take Levante.
I actually went with Swift in this one. I still think
it.
he's gonna have, still think he's gonna have a big game. But Levante David, if anyone can stop him, it's gonna be a group effort. But he's gonna be that leader on defense.
Next up, Yaya Diaby against Jordan Mailata. Talked about this matchup a little bit. I love Yaya. Great guest on the show. Looking forward to having him on again. I'm going to go with Jordan Mailata, though. The Eagles have the reputation of one of the best offensive lines in the league, and Mailata is a big part of that. So I'm going to take Jordan Mailata in this one.
Yeah, he's a brick wall. Probably weighs 100 pounds more than Yaya Diaby. It's going to be an interesting matchup between them. There's going to be some back and forth, but Mailata, he's such a good left tackle.
Yeah, he really is. Next up, Devin White against Jalen Hurts. I just have this bad feeling Devin's going to have a blitz, like uncovered straight at Jalen Hurts, and Hurts is just going to run right by him and make a big play. So I'm going to take Jalen Hurts.
Yep, went with Hurts as well, especially considering the fact he has 15 rushing touchdowns. He can hurt you in more than one way. No pun intended. Going to go with him here.
And then last but not least, Kalijah Kancey against Landon Dickerson. Who do you like in that matchup?
Even though he's probably their fourth best offensive lineman, still going to go with Landon Dickerson here. He's an above average left guard. And Kalijah Kancey, for as much of an impact as he makes in the pass rush, there's times when he just completely disappears in run defense. So going to go with Dickerson here.
Yeah, I'm going to go with a push. Actually, no, I'll take Dickerson. I'm not going to teeter on the fence on this one. Nothing on Kalijah Kancey. I think he's cooled off a little bit from a better start to when he came back from injury. But again, everything about the Eagles' offensive line, you have to respect. So those are the matchups. You could still get a bet in on this game real quick over at mybookie.ag. Use the promo code Pewter. It's PEWTER. Get a bonus. Get up to $1,000 in your bank account. You know that is a heck of a deal, even if you learn from Plant City Math. That's a great deal because it's free money in your MyBookie account. So use the promo code Pewter, PEWTER. And check out all the sports betting they have, the online casino as well. The Bucs are a 3-point underdog in this one, and the over-under is 43. I took the Bucs +3 and the under of 43. I just think one of these offenses isn't going to show up. Now, my Pewter picks and props, and you got a couple of minutes to get these in. I feel pretty damn good about these picks. Antoine Winfield Jr., first team All-Pro Antoine Winfield Jr., over 6.5 combined tackles. He had 11
That's a given,
the last
man.
time they played the Eagles. I love this Antoine Winfield Jr. pick. Chris Godwin, over 4.5 catches. I think if the weather sucks, but it seems like it held up pretty well. And they can't run it every single time. They're going to do short, intermediate passes. I think that kind of helps out Chris Godwin a little bit more than Mike Evans. This one, a little different, but I like it. Chase Edmonds, over 11.5 rushing yards. He gets at least 4 rushing attempts each game. He's crushed that number the past couple of times. Just takes one good run. And also, Rachaad White's pretty banged up. He's playing. He's healthy, but he's pretty banged up. I wouldn't be surprised if they gave Chase Edmonds a couple of more snaps because of it. And then DeAndre Swift, over 59.5 rushing yards. I just think the Bucs are going to have a tough time stopping him. So
I think the two slam dunks in that are Winfield and Swift. And then you really got to like the other ones in Godwin and Edmonds. So Matty Diamonds, he comes through week in and week out. I think he's going to do it again, guys.
What did I tell you? Yeah, I hope they all hit. Feel free to take them individually, group them together for a parlay. Completely up to you. But yeah, definitely appreciate the support and the kind words from you as well. So yeah, and then one last time as we get going, these were our predictions. Mixed bag. Adam has them winning. I have them losing. Josh has them losing. Scott and Bailey also have the Bucs winning as well. So those are our picks. we're about to get it going. So
Woo.
let's play that intro music one more time. Pewter game day, baby. Bucs versus Eagles, the last game of the Super Wildcard Round. Very, very excited for this matchup. Adam, let's make sure that we sync our TVs. What are you seeing on the screen?
Now, are we watching the Manning cast, or are we watching the ESPN one?
I'm watching the ESPN one because what's the point if we don't have the volume on?
Well, Bruce Arians is going to be on the ESPN2 one.
But again, we won't have the volume on. So you're just watching Bruce Arians talk to the Mannings without any substance.
Yeah, no, I gotcha. Right now I see the refs on the screen.
Okay, the coin toss and everything?
Yeah.
All right, so we're pretty synced up.
Okay.
Yeah, Bucs are going to get the ball first. The Falcons won the toss and decided to defer until the second half. So this game is underway. We're going to see how that Bucs offense looks. See what
those
adjustments
flags are flying.
Made. You could feel the adrenaline pumping. It also means I get to put the score up. First quarter.
And they're rocking the red and pewter uniforms.
Yep.
Doesn't get much better.
Things you love to see. Eagles. All righty.
That is going to be key.
Yeah, you said it. Bucs starting shotgun. They do a lot. K-Dotton goes in motion. You got two to the right. Baker looking down the field, looking for Mike, going deep. Overthrows Mike Evans. So they come out swinging with a pass, but a little too high. Hopefully they don't run it here on second down.
Yeah. Shout out Shaq Barrett, made the catch there on the sideline. Could this be Dave Canales' audition for a head coaching spot? The offense as well?
Yeah, I wouldn't be worried, Bucs fans. I don't think he's going to go anywhere this year. Baker and shotgun again. Throwing over the middle. It's caught by K-Dotton, who makes the catch, and it is good for a first down. About 15 yards on the play. Otten gets up, fired up, and keeps it moving. Yeah, I think, Otten will usually get you 2 catches per game. Gets that clutch touchdown late. But if they can get a more consistent receiving tight end, I think not like a Jimmy Graham in his prime, obviously, but just a little something extra from the tight end position this offseason, I think could really do wonders for this Bucs team. Bucs go play action. Baker throwing over the middle. It's caught by Mike Evans. Nobody around him, and the Bucs are flying out the gate, connecting on 2 straight passes for double-digit yards. That one over 20, 25 yards. So Mike Evans coming up big. Baker takes a hit at the end, but doesn't hit the ground, so that's nice.
They're already in a Money McLaughlin range, pretty much here.
Yes, they are. Mike Evans.
Does it again with Darius Slay on him.
Yeah. First run of the game for Tampa Bay, and a solid 6-7 yards from Rachaad White. Loving this game plan from Dave Canales, being aggressive, throwing the ball early on, and then that helps set up the run on this play. So, already a vast improvement.
Yeah.
Not playing the Panthers anymore.
Based on the comments, I think Ric Flair picked the Bucs, so a little whoo.
Yeah. There was I got people texting me about him too. Nicole says, time to finish with the TD. Let's go. Might as well. They've never had an opening drive with the touchdown. Why not just do it in the playoffs?
Yeah.
Rachaad White, patient. He could have been dead to rights on that run and was able to do something with it. So Rachaad White with a big-time run gives the Bucs another first down, and now they are in quite comfortable range for a field goal, but we're thinking 6 here. We ain't thinking 3.
No. And yeah, just getting that early momentum, and they have so far.
Good start already, says Cam in all caps. Baker and shotgun, Rashad White behind him. They run it with White up the middle, and that's another 7-8 yard run. Rashad White getting a little chippy as well with these Eagles defenders.
Yeah.
And like
he's doing it up the middle.
If they could come out swinging like they are right now, they got to finish the job. They got to score the touchdown. But you can already see it. Like, they can break the spirits of the Eagles.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. And these runs are happening up the middle, too.
Yeah. Chris Godwin goes in motion. Wouldn't mind a nice little reception from him. Little play
got
action.
into a Jalen Carter.
That ball is incomplete, so make it 3rd and 3. So we've seen this before from the Bucs. They'll look good in between the 20s, and then you get to that red zone, and all of a sudden, and I wouldn't call the Bucs being conservative here by any means, but something just kind of goes awry when the Bucs get close.
Yeah. Big 3rd down already.
Yeah, first 3rd down of the game, I believe. I mean, obviously it's very early. Shot goes from the right to the left side. Baker barking out some orders. Hits Rashad White. The defenders are there. Rashad White, breaks a tackle and looks like he got the first down. What a Herculean effort by Rashad White.
Man, he took on the whole Eagles defense there. Man, he's fired up. He's already talking smack.
Herculean effort.
What an effort, though.
Oh, and Chase Edmonds is in the game, baby.
Shrugged off James Bradbury.
He did. That was so impressive.
Yeah.
All right. Devin Tompkins goes in motion. They fake the handoff. Baker looking. Baker scrambling. Baker running and slides very smartly from Baker Mayfield. He doesn't always do that. But good job by Baker. Quick decision, moving. And clearly those ribs are not limiting him enough. Yeah, could have thrown it to Auden, but decided just to hold on to it. Mike was breaking at the end. A little tough in that situation to throw it. So
nice a smart decision, though. Get those yards.
Yeah. I've no issues with what Baker did there. Obviously, protecting the ball is very important.
Had a little need for speed action.
Let's go. Chase Edmonds. Baker looking over the middle. It's dropped by Cade Otton. That'll make it 3rd and 3. Last week, Trey Palmer had that drop right near the end zone that would have given them a first down. I mean, you got to catch that ball. You got to catch that ball.
It's in your hands, man.
All right, though. 3rd and 3. Yeah, like we said, that receiving tight end. Could have been big.
Brock Bowers. Maybe.
Baker looking to his left. Throwing to the end zone. Trey Palmer nowhere to be found. Now, do the Bucs go for it? I would go for it.
Yeah?
Yeah. You got some momentum. They're going to go with McLaughlin.
I respect it either way. I mean, 4th down with a short field, if they don't get it, the Eagles would have to go so far, but get the points, get the lead. Took up 5 minutes of the clock, too.
I just got logged out of my Twitter. That's weird. 28-yard attempt by McLaughlin is up, and it is good. Money McLaughlin gives the Bucs a 3-0 lead. All right, let's change that score.
Alrighty.
3-0. Okay. Now I'm going to try to start What happened? We found some unusual activity. All I did was tweet that Rachaad White came out to play. We needed to confirm your. Oh, I hope I'm not getting hacked.
Well, Matt, how would you grade the first drive?
B. I would give it an A, but they didn't finish.
Yeah, but to kick off the drive, it was a great start. But that red zone offense, man.
Match the number of rocks with the number on the left. Okay. Cool.
Did you like the play call going to Trey Palmer, or should it have gone to Mike?
No, it should have gone to Mike or Chris. What has Trey Palmer done? He had a good game against the Saints. He's also fumbled the last 2 weeks.
He keeps waking up pissed off, but it's not equating to touchdowns.
Yeah, and you know what? That's kind of he tweets it every week. I've caught on to it because there's been a couple of times where he tweeted, I'm like, oh wow, like Trey Palmer's ready to go. He tweets it every week.
Yeah.
You know what pisses people off? Fumbling.
This is true. Maybe he needs to calm down.
Yeah. Who's Brava?
Yeah.
All right. My Twitter's back. We're good. Okay. Love the aggressiveness on the Bucs offense on the opening drive. How do you spell aggressiveness? Aggressiveness? No? Come on. Hate when you're typing out a word and it says that it's misspelled, but then it doesn't give you
the correct form.
Yeah, the autocorrect. Aggressive. Yes. Yeah, there we go.
You know, it looks like a mostly Bucs fan-filled crowd tonight.
Good. Red zone and have to settle for 3.
Oh, they're showing Jalen Hurts' finger. A little bit banded up there.
Yeah. All right. K-Dot and drop. That was big. All right. Well, Rachaad White started out great. Hopefully, his namesake, Devin White, can do the same.
Yeah.
Sean D. Why doesn't he not wear gloves? He did it in college. I don't know. That's kind of just how he always did. He wore gloves last year, and then kind of went back to not wearing them. 10:02 to go in the first quarter. Oh, someone jumped off sides. DeAndre Swift running it very well, and that's exactly what you don't want to see if you're
it looked like Logan Hall. He was the one that jumped, but DeAndre Swift already 9 yards. Could it be all game?
Might be. All right. Yeah, KJ Britt's in that inside linebacker. Interesting. All right, so they are going with a kind of rotation. Swift gets it on second down. Yeah, Byron Turner calling it. Britt.
Yeah. So it's Get Live 45. Matt, what's your saying for KJ Britt?
Get lit, KJ Britt.
Okay.
Someone came up with that.
Man, how many carries does Swift get tonight, though?
A lot.
Julio with the 0-0. I didn't know that. Very cool.
No, he's not. He's 80.
Oh, it looked like 0-0. My bad.
Dude, you are blind as a bat. 0-0.
Hey, man. That's what it looked like.
Cam says, man, can we please stop the run? Yeah, Julio revenge game, like we all said.
Yep.
Wow, still no Devin White. I mean, I guess they haven't gotten to a third down. There you go. First team All-Pro, Antoine Winfield Jr. Carlton Davis with the big tackle. KJ Britt in there as well. Yeah, that's a big statement by Todd Bowles.
Yeah.
With no Devin White.
Not something that we heard about beforehand.
No. Because Britt was like, he didn't even practice until Thursday, Friday.
Yeah.
Or Friday, Saturday, because everything was pushed back a day. Still no Devin White. And Yaya's back there at the inside linebacker role. Britt goes up to the line of scrimmage. And Antoine's on the tight end. A lot of adjustments here. And they're going to blitz with Yaya as well. Hurts throwing deep down the field, and it's knocked away by first-team All-Pro Antoine Winfield Jr. A great blitz call. KJ Britt is fired up.
Yep, he was there.
A very nice defensive stop by the Buccaneers. That's what you want. You want Jalen Hurts throwing. You don't want him moving around because him being able to extend plays is just as important as him actually running down the field.
Who else but Antoine Winfield Jr.? And KJ Britt, man, he seems pretty lit right now.
Yeah.
Like you said before, if it could be 10-0 Bucs.
Big play. Pass. Third down. All-Pro Antoine. First team All-Pro.
What a call by Todd Bowles, though. With all those moving parts on third down, just trusting in his defense.
Diaby initially lined up. Still blitz.
All right, let's see if the Bucs offense can continue it. Solid start that they had.
Angelina S says, now we just need to score a touchdown. Why isn't White starting? Todd Bowles' decision.
Yeah.
Can't get mad at it, huh? I mean, they got the stop. They only allowed one first down. MJRVI says, good start. Let's keep it going. Brian Sheffer says 13-14. She got all the targets. I'm in full agreement with you, Brian. Cam says, let's respond on. I like when everyone's pumped in there, typing in all caps.
Yeah.
Let's respond on offense now. Let's go, says Callie Bucks. 7 right now. Stun them.
It's an all caps kind of night. I mean, this is playoff football. Yeah, I agree with Angelina here. If the Bucs go up 10, I think the wheels begin to fall off for the Eagles.
Yeah. I just tweeted out the Bucs can break the spirit of the Eagles with a touchdown on this drive. Actually, I'm going to switch that to the Eagles' spirit. Aaron Judge is at the game. Boo!
Warren Sapp.
Sapp, that makes sense.
Lincoln Aaron Judge with a creamsicle, though.
Oh, yeah, Lincoln, Oklahoma, back in the day.
His 2 quarterbacks, Baker and Hurts.
Yeah, that's true. Battle of Oklahoma. Not that we didn't see this in week 3. Oh, Trey Palmer, another mistake. Another reshot.
And he's coming off the field.
Yep. Well. Byron Turner says, this is what Bowles needs to do. Live 45 hoop. Yeah, we'll see how it plays out. Baker going down the field. It's caught by David Moore, who I believe it's his birthday today or it was yesterday. Late flag as well, but nice play by David Moore.
Yeah. Keep him in the game as a wide receiver 3.
But we have another super chat from Byron. This is a little bit earlier, so apologies. But for the $4.99 super chat, Byron says, wait, hold on. Oh, face mask penalty on the Eagles, too. So that's another 15 yards on top of it. This is the biggest question with Bowles. Is he willing to shake things up? Moore over Palmer, Britt over White. Want a helping of Edmonds? Well, I mean,
with all
you've seen it. KJ Britt, I mean, you just nailed everything, Byron. KJ Britt playing. David Moore makes a big play. And honestly, probably going to get more playing time, no pun intended, because of the mistake by Trey Palmer.
That's a 37-yard play right there.
And Chase Edmonds got in on the first drive as Baker goes deep down the field looking for Mike. He dropped it. Oh, Mike. That hit him right in the hands. That was a beautiful throw.
Oh, no.
From Baker Mayfield, and he just dropped it.
That was perfect. You hate to see it.
Oh, my God.
Ooh. Got the step on him. That's the play right there. You got to make.
Mike. That's a tough look.
Yeah.
Now they run it with Rachaad White. Gets about 3 yards. Again, that was you want to break the spirit of the Eagles?
Yeah, that's how you do it.
Monster touchdown like that? That's tough.
Make it 10-0 with 5 minutes left in the first. I mean, you're in a great position.
Yeah, I mean, last week we went back and forth with was it a bad throw? Was it Mike's fault? Whose fault was it? This week, I mean, they hit him right in the hands. Maybe Mike had to slow down an inch, a second.
Yeah.
Third down, I mean, that's a blatant holding. David Moore makes the catch. I don't know how that wasn't holding, but Moore makes the catch. We'll see if nothing's called. Moore's going to sprint to the end zone, and he's in. Touchdown, Tampa Bay, if this stands. David Moore, holy crap.
Postseason hero, David Moore.
Postseason hero.
Man, take Trey Palmer out, put David Moore in. Look what happens. The Eagles, stopped giving effort on that play.
Yeah. How is that not a holding? What a huge moment.
Yeah. Demo. Crossing route. Oh, it looks
and
like
the Bucs are up
defenders.
10-0, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
More.
The Eagles defenders collided, and then Moore was just wide open.
Brandon Stevens, I've been saying keep David Moore in. He's experienced, and he's a speedster.
Yep.
Palmer, who? 19 greater than 10. Both accurate, and talking about the players, also true.
Yeah. That's that Plant City math coming in clutch.
That is Plant City math coming in. Byron Turner, thanks for the super. Byron, you've been our top super chatter today. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.
Says David Moore spending money tonight. Great signing.
Yeah.
David Moore, a gigantic touchdown.
Yeah. 10-0 already. I mean, Baker, in all honesty, has made great throws so far. Every single throw.
Again, peaks and valleys of Baker. Baker's on the up and up and up right now.
Yeah. I mean, he ran out of the pocket. He looks fine. He's making all the throws. He's baking.
He is. Bucs can go on a revenge tour, too. Again, long way to go, but they're up 10-0. They play the Lions next week. They lost to the Lions earlier. Then they probably play San Fran. They lost to San Fran earlier.
Unless they play Green Bay, and they beat Green Bay.
Yeah, true. And that would be a home game, which would be cool. Lucas Pettis, thank you for the $1.99 super chat, says, can they please keep Palmer out? I mean, there's no reason to play Trey Palmer right now when David Moore just did that. Man, what a big play, especially to make that play after, everything that happened with Mike.
Yeah. They could have let it get to him.
And this is huge, too. I mean, still the first quarter, very early, but, this forced the Eagles to change around their offense. They can't just run the ball.
No. And they don't have A.J. Brown to throw to. It's like...
Yeah. Camarda with the kick.
I mean, you have to like all the decisions Todd Bowles has made so far on defense.
Absolutely. Rob Fair says, no holding call. We got away with one. Yeah, they did. Whatever.
Hey.
Bucs have been screwed plenty of times from the refs
all season
this year and over the recent years, so they finally got one. Yaya Diaby on the blitz.
Back in. Inside linebacker.
Brian Molinaro says, why do the Bucs never throw a fade to Mike in the corner of the end zone? Yeah, I mean, oh no, Yaya's hurt.
No,
now we need like a sad soundbite of like Yaya Diaby.
Yeah, like a sad trombone playing. No, that's not the player that you want down. He's basically filled the Devin White role, blitzing up the middle.
Yeah, let's see. Right up against Kelsey. Got hit in the shoulder.
Ooh.
Yeah, he's holding that shoulder. There's Devin White.
Yeah.
Got Zion McCollum in as well. Looks like he's playing safety with Antoine. As Antoine goes closer to the line of scrimmage. Hurts throws it to the side. It's caught. Real Dean knocks him out of bounds, so that'll make a third down. All right, looks like Yaya's going to be okay.
Yeah, I was going to say, not too worried. It looked like he just got shaken up. Showing the graphic, most sacks by a rookie this year. You got Kobe Turner and Byron Young from the Rams. Then Yaya Diaby at 7.5. Third and 2.
Bucs on the blitz again. Oh, it's incomplete. Solid coverage by Levante. Drop ball by Goddard. Again, breaking their spirit.
I mean, Bowles has been in his bag with the different designs. Every single down, guys are just moving all over the place.
A great call by Bowles. Because you know what? Even if the Eagles complete that and they get a first down, Levante David was right there. And that's really all we've asked for is that airtight coverage, not letting receivers just have a free run down the field. Devin Tompkins makes the return, promptly runs backwards, breaks a couple of tackles. How's that not a... Well, there's your makeup call. Michael, thank you for the $4.99 super chat. Says Baker is looking good. Can we not drop easy touchdowns going forward, though? Yeah, I'm with you. I mean,
yeah.
Kate Otten should have been in the end zone. And then David Moore made the big play. Mike obviously had the drop, but they got the touchdown anyway. Outside of that, you got to love what you've seen from the Bucs. I mean, defensively, tons of blitzes. If anything, they're forcing Jalen Hurts to get rid of the ball quickly.
Yeah.
So you're taking out the run game. You built a 10-0 lead. Bucs are not great, but pretty solid when playing with a lead versus trying to come from behind or, staying tied. So, yeah, you got to be pretty happy overall.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, if the Bucs score again here, will score a touchdown. I mean, 17-0 is a game already like, I mean, there's a lot of game left, but at this point, it might be a blowout.
Well, I mean, that's what makes football so interesting too. There's so many different elements to the game. There's like playing tied, how to play with a lead. You're not going to try to ice the clock with 4 minutes to go in the first quarter.
Yeah. Still want to see the pass game. Comment. Yeah.
Says, I hope Canales doesn't start just running the ball now that they have a lead. Yeah, I mean, I think you got to stay aggressive. Right now, the advantage for the Bucs has been their wide receivers over the Eagles secondary. I think that's pretty obvious. Like with the drops still, like Otten should have made that catch. Mike was open down the field. The Bucs have a clear advantage throwing the football right now. It would be kind of silly to get away from that. And I think, I don't know how much the Bucs watched this game. Probably not at all, really. But like that Bills-Steelers game, Bills had the Steelers dead to rights. They were up like 17-0 or whatever it was. They let yes, they ended up winning the game, but the Steelers started bouncing a little bit of a comeback, and it didn't become too easy.
You got to keep your foot on the gas pedal.
Shout out to Kathy Gillespie, who says, "Hey Matt, I'm at the game. Is Yaya okay?" Kathy, thank you for joining us live from Raymond James Stadium.
Dedication.
So great. We got a couple of Pewter reporters there. Looks like Yaya is going to be all right. The camera had cut to him, and he was dapping up Jose Ramirez. So we'll have a little more time to rest it with the Bucs back on offense. But I think Yaya might be all right. And Chase Edmonds is in the game. They're going to run it with Chase. He gets about 3-4 yards. Not bad, not bad. Brian Molinaro says, Canales is calling his ass off. Yeah, I would agree. And Brian also says, I love Pewter Report. Thank you, Brian.
Thank you.
We love you too. We love all of our fans. All right, solid 4 yards from Chase Edmonds.
You're like a third of the way there.
What's up?
You're a third of the way there.
Yeah, exactly. See, now I want them to throw it, though. Keith goes in motion. They do throw it. It's a swing pass to Chase Edmonds. He's going to head up the field, and that's a first down for Chase Edmonds. A good play. And when you play well, they give you more snaps. So that helps Chase Edmonds as well.
Chase in space.
Cam says, let's go Chase. Could really use some throws to Chris Godwin. But they don't care. They just want to win.
Yeah.
Edmonds still in the game. Oh, they're going to do a little end around to Trey Palmer. I thought Palmer was going to throw it for a second, but good blocking by the Bucs. Palmer breaks a couple of tackles. That was a long play when they end up getting 8 yards out of it. I thought that was almost dead to rights.
Yeah. He was like 8 yards in the backfield.
Yeah. You know what's interesting, Adam, is I feel like a lot of teams will fake the end around and just run it up the middle. The Bucs, I feel like almost consistently every single time actually do the end around and yet like never fake it. So
yeah, they could catch somebody off guard with that.
Yeah. All right, 2nd and 1, prime opportunity to either take a deep shot or run it. with Chase Edmonds. Edmonds gets about 2 or 3 yards there. That's all right. Keep churning. Keep churning.
I like this comment here. I'm elated that Matt Patricia is the defensive coordinator.
Yeah.
Dude, they gave up like 31 points to the Arizona Cardinals. The Giants ran all over them. Now look what's going on now.
I'm feeling very similar to like that game against the Packers from the Bucs. I'm not saying Baker's going to have a perfect game, a perfect QB rating, but just like taking advantage of a pretty poor defense or how they were playing at the time. Obviously, Packers defense looked pretty good yesterday. Yeah. Thank goodness that was Rachaad White and not Chase Edmonds. All right. Antoine Winfield Jr. still does not have a tackle. That's a little concerning. Chase Edmonds has 5 yards. No Chris Godwin. And Swift has 14 rushing yards, so not ideal either.
Now you want to see him throw it. Let's see.
Baker to Cade. Cade Otton's been huge in this game. A catch and run all the way to 35. Bucs are in business again. By the way,
Cade
thanks to Myron Turner for $1.99 super chat. Says, we're upset about Bowles. Philly has Patricia. LMAO.
This is true.
Man, what a first quarter for your Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Bucs fans.
Almost as perfect as you can draw it up.
Yeah. Angle says, Otton in stride doing work. Angelina says LFG. Bucs are definitely in business, says M. You're correct.
One more play here, probably.
Yeah, Rachaad White, a run for about a yard or two. And again, Bucs doing a fantastic job. Not that you're trying to kill the clock, but like sustaining drives, mixing it up, not just getting conservative, but also running the ball as Baker hypes up the crowd. I mean, outside of scoring that touchdown on the first drive, a phenomenal first quarter by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Yeah, on both sides of the ball. Offensively, like you said, getting the run game going, controlling the tempo. That's the biggest thing. And getting a guy like David Moore involved, recognizing that Trey Palmer wasn't doing the offense a good deed and putting him in. David Moore had 2 huge plays, not just one. And then defensively, a Todd Bowles masterclass so far.
That's almost as good of. What a great first quarter. I've asked for Baker looking good. Secondary players have a big moment. Evans involved. Defense getting stops with successful blitzing.
And they're in scoring range again.
Yeah. Then they'll have like 2nd and 9, 2nd and 8, something like that.
Yeah.
Donnie says, who's getting the ball at halftime? The Eagles are. So, yeah, I mean, again, that's another thing. You got to keep your foot on the pedal.
Yeah.
Because we've seen, and not even necessarily this Bucs team, but we've seen in the past, even with the Brady team, like, remember that game last year against the Falcons when Brady got sacked by Grady Jarrett and then they called roughing the passer and it was a terrible call? You know, like the Bucs have let teams come back in. So just let's keep that in mind a little bit. It's not over by any means.
Yeah, you can't switch it and play conservative, especially after the start the Bucs have had. You don't let off the gas pedal. You just keep going.
Danger Zone says, amen, brother Matt. Joshua Porter says this team will beat the Lions next week. If their offense plays like they are right now, I think they have a legit shot.
Yeah.
90 yards
At
after the
Ford
catch.
Field, though.
Yeah. True.
That place was electric last night.
Yeah, that was wild.
Whew.
Eminem, Bizarre.
Yeah, Bizarre the legend.
Yeah. Baker stepping up in the pocket, trying to let loose. Could not, though. That's a sack for Montez Sweat.
Ooh. Oh.
Yeah, that'd be kind of cool. You get like Burt Kreischer versus Eminem. As far as
That's
like
a battle
celebrity
right there.
Gotta charge the laptop. If it could reach. Yeah, we're good. We Gucci, as they say.
We Gucci Mane.
Daniel Will says, I don't care if it's 35-3. Keep the pedal down and keep scoring.
Yeah.
All right, 3rd and 13. Again, getting to field goal range would be very important here. As Baker throws it over the middle, it's nearly intercepted. Whew.
Oh,
Bucs
man.
catch a break.
Whew. Very much could have by Zach Cunningham.
Yeah. All right, this is a 54-yard attempt. I thought they were a little further back. This is well within the range for Chase McLaughlin.
Yeah.
McLaughlin. Ooh, yeah. All right, yeah. For sure, Baker's worst throw of the game. Money McLaughlin. From the logo. Kick is up, and it is good. Chase McLaughlin extends the lead for the Buccaneers. Is now
what a great kicker for the Bucs.
To nothing.
He's money every time.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, last year, that's something that the Bucs couldn't do in the playoffs.
No, that's well out of Ryan Succop's range.
I like Todd Bowles' reaction. He's just tilting his head like, ooh.
Yeah. Yeah, Todd Bowles got to be feeling good. Playing with the lead. Now he can have a little more free range to call what he wants to on defense. And again, I think building this lead, taking away the run game for Philly is huge. It's huge.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess the Eagles can still kind of run their regular offense. They're only down 2 scores. It's not like, they have to go up-tempo and stuff, but you're getting close to it.
Yeah. You're making them uncomfortable, too. Ooh, what about this nickname? McLovin. McLaughlin.
Not bad. Brian Sheffer says, I no longer hold my breath on 40-plus yard field goals.
This is true.
Daniel Wolf said, 54, no problem. 58, run out chase. Randy Douglas says, we are only up 13. Philly can do whatever they like at the start of the second quarter. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
But you're getting closer to taking out that run game. Chase McLaunching, says Josue Ortiz. I like that as well.
Yep.
Nicola calls him the most underrated kicker. Yeah.
Oh. I like this comment here. What about them cowgirls?
Yeah. Angle says, I am thankful for what Suckup did for us when he was here, but man, McLaughlin is such an upgrade. Yeah, I mean,
exactly.
I think it's the best of both worlds, That Bucs team, the Arians era and all that stuff, they just need a kicker that was accurate. And you knew that they were going to move the ball down the field because they had Tom Brady. So you didn't have to worry about a guy that can hit the big kicks. Now, this year, with a new offense that you knew there was going to struggle a little bit and points were going to be that much more important, you needed a guy with a little bit more of a boot. And that's what they got.
Yeah.
Paul Bowen with a $1.99 super chat. Thank you, Paul. Says, fire the cannons. Got to be happy with this, man.
Yeah. That place looks electric right now.
Absolutely. Dance Sports Talk says, imagine if we still had Matt Gay. Yeah, he had a boot.
Yeah.
But Chase McLaughlin's only missed 2 kicks this year, and they were blocked. I do not think Matt Gay has had that same number.
And you got to consider the clutch factor, too. I mean, the playoffs are a different thing. I mean, you saw, like, Brett Maher last year, like, missing all those extra points. Like,
that was
coming out making a 54-yarder. Yeah.
All right, 13-0. See how the Bucs defense looks now. Greg Gaines in at D tackle. KJ Britt. Anthony Nelson lined up at... All right, so that's been a very interesting wrinkle for the Bucs. They've had a lot of their outside linebackers line up on the inside.
Yeah.
And they are just harassing Jalen Hurts over and over and over.
They can't do nothing about it.
Nothing.
I mean,
and you gotta think, too, like, how much that finger is hurting him, because he really hasn't thrown it down the field much.
Yeah.
Bucs can live with that all day. As Atlanta Bucs fan 19 says, under pressure. Yeah.
Under pressure.
Pete says, is it me or does Jalen look uncomfortable? Yeah, he's uncomfortable because there's a Bucs player in his face every time the ball is snapped. Little play action, Devontae Smith. And, yeah, that's a big gain. That was the Eagles' best play so far. Just a pretty brief slant over the middle and hit the right spot. You got Zion McCollum playing in a spot that he hasn't typically played this year.
Yeah.
Over at safety. And, yeah, he's the last line of defense, so if you get by him.
Yeah. Blown coverage there, but.
Yeah. Hurts looking to sling again. Caught by Smith, who breaks a tackle of KJ Britt. Devontae Smith having a hell of a drive.
Yeah. I mean, JTS was so close to getting that sack, too. It seems like every play there's a Bucs defender.
Yeah.
Like, just ready.
Yeah, so JTS and Anthony Nelson are in on this drive. Little swing pass to the outside. Covered pretty well by Isian. Yeah, Common Sensei says it's all short passes, man. Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
I think like the first throw of the game, the one that Antoine Winfield Jr. knocked the pass down was like really the only ball down the field.
Yeah. More than 10 yards.
And again, I like this. They're up at the line of scrimmage. Well, they were. Now they backed off. See, I don't like all the room that these receivers have. Yeah. Just throw another screen. Hurts on the move. Great coverage by Joe Tryon-Shoyinka. Excellent job. Did not bite too early.
Finished, made the play.
Then you get Hurts into a throwing situation. Those are some pretty cool sneakers.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Yaya Diaby's back in. Devin White's on the field as well. They're going to blitz Devin. The throw is too high. Jamel Dean with the coverage on Devontae Smith, and that's going to force a field goal attempt by
he made a scene.
the Eagles. Once again, keeping Philly out of the end zone.
The Eagles have a pretty good kicker themselves, so.
They do.
Elliott.
Yeah, he's one of the best in the game.
Yeah.
$47-yarder for Elliott. Kick is up, and it is good. Cuts the lead to 13-3. 13-3. And that's the first points allowed by the Bucs in quite a while because they pitched a shutout last week.
At least
Yeah,
5 quarters.
I wasn't even looking at the comments, but Richard Taroka says first points allowed since the Saints game. The Ric Flair drip, says M. Frank G, 16 of 16. Talking about Jake Elliott. Brian Molinaro says, bend but don't break, mother effer. Can't put that on the screen, but comedic nonetheless.
Yeah. But after giving up that big play, I mean, the Bucs showed resilience.
Yes,
stopping the Eagles' offense there.
Quite well.
And there hasn't been one tush-push play yet. So, I mean,
yeah, you
gotta
stay
take
out
it.
of it. Oh, where was that comment I wanted to get to? You guys are bringing it tonight with the comments. Yeah, Josue Ortiz says, I'm completely okay to limiting Philly to kicks all night. Yeah, you keep the Eagles out of the end zone, you're going to win this game.
Yep.
I mean, you can say that pretty much for any team. Richard Taroka says, cornerback still playing 10 yards off. Yeah, that's something I really do not like.
No.
Frank G says, Bowles turning up the heat on Hurts with a bunch of fire emojis. Zach Awesome says, Tebow could win this game. On to the next week. Let's go Bucs. I mean, let's not jump ahead too quickly. It's 13-3.
Shout out Tim Tebow though.
Yeah.
Name dropped in Bill Belichick's press conference.
It did. Yeah, that's pretty funny. Warren Sapp 99 says Eagles are definitely not comfortable. Yeah, I would agree with that.
Yeah.
Even that drive, like, Devontae Smith made 2 great plays. I don't think it was like anything special that the Eagles did.
Yeah. He doesn't make that play. I mean, Eagles aren't getting points.
Yeah. There is no question about it. All right, another drive for the Bucs and Baker Mayfield. That's what I have in the game. Not hating Bucs +3 right now.
No, not at all.
That. Money.
Can the offense keep baking in the second quarter?
Yeah. Before this drive, let's take a look at some stats. Baker's 7 of 13 for 137 yards already. Shot White 6 carries for 20 yards, 6 rushing attempts. That's an average of 3.3. Devin Tompkins goes in motion. Little play action. Yeah, Chris Godwin blocking there and a screen back to Tompkins, who really didn't know what to do after he had the ball. Makes something out of nothing though, with about a 4-yard gain. Jamel Dean, of all people, leads the Bucs with 4 tackles. Antoine Winfield Jr. is still not on the... He's only on the box score for his pass breakup. Has not made a tackle. So
yeah.
It looks like that won't hit. But that's all right. Can't be perfect.
You never know. Second half, garbage time.
Little play action. Baker thrown to the left for Mike. That one was a little bit longer. I'm not going to get on Mike's case as much.
Yeah.
But another one that hit him in the hands. I'd like to see a closer replay. I mean. Ooh, that's a tough one.
Yeah. So close.
All right, big time 3rd and 6. It could be a 3 and out for the Bucs. That's really what they do not want. He's got Baker had Godwin over the middle. He's going to scramble. Baker trying to get that first down. He's going to get it. And again, very smartly slides and then wipes the nose and gives the first down.
What a first down signal there.
That is a heady play by Baker Mayfield.
Yeah. Smart decision making too, not forcing
Yeah.
anything.
Great blocking up the field too. David Moore literally just just boxing out.
He's just scooting backward.
$16 rushing yards for Baker. Brian says Baker is finally sliding. Wow, that was crazy. Rachaad White like perfectly fell in between the legs of Aaron Stinney. Now they're going through Baker's history and mostly Cleveland and a little with Carolina.
Yeah, 8 different head coaches now.
10. Most for quarterback in any 6-season span.
Yeah, 2 interim coaches too.
And people wonder like why he would want to come back to the Bucs. Stability is one thing that he really has not had in his NFL career.
Yeah.
Devin Tompkins breaking some tackles and breaking the spirit of the Philadelphia Eagles.
Whew.
Great
shifty action
catch
there.
and run by Devin Tompkins.
Yeah.
And again, that's a play. Like, that's just a play of who wants it more. Rachaad White getting that first down on the first drive when he broke the tackle on 3rd and short. That's just who wants it more.
Such a hard guy to bring down, though.
Quick, for sure.
Yeah.
Sirianni's
Very
pissed
elusive.
ref. He's really giving it to him.
It's not the ref's fault. This time.
Baker thrown over the middle. Oh, my God. Kate Otten and Mike Evans. Like, I don't know what their pregame routine was, but
yeah.
Jeez.
Man, could you imagine the Bucs offense with like a Sam Laporta?
Yeah.
They would have had 3 1,000-yard receivers.
Trying to one-up each other. Screen pass to Chris Godwin. Praise be. That's one. That's one for the homies. Yeah, Chris Godwin higher than 5 catches if it was whatchamacallit, underdog fantasy, but 4.5 if you're just betting on a different site. So anyway. Yeah, Brock Bowers. I don't think Brock Bowers is going to be there when the Bucs are drafting the first round. But
yeah, he's going to be like a top 10, top 15 pick.
All right, Godwin goes in motion here. Eagles send the blitz. They run it with Shad. He's going to be a yard short. I think you got to go for it, though.
Yeah. I mean, McLaughlin could probably make it, but
there is something about momentum, but I mean, come on. It's an inch.
Yeah. Now, I don't know if you do a tush push yourself, but
says go for it. They are going to go for it. Oh, the analytics says to go for it, too. Yeah, Bucs can do their own tush push. Do they run it, or does Baker sneak it? They pitch it to the outside. Why'd you cut inside? Whatever, it worked. Gutsy by the Bucs. I don't get why Rachaad White. Like, I thought he should have just kept going outside. Whatever. It worked, but interesting cut. Ooh.
Gutsy play call.
That means Chase Edmonds. Nice job by Rachaad White. Yeah, you got Wirfs out in space. Hainsey pulling as well.
Gadeke.
Gadeke, too. All right, Chase Edmonds in the game. Going to swing it to Edmonds, who drops the ball. I don't think that was live.
No, 2nd and 10. But that was a good play call too, like getting Tompkins in motion, like for the end around, and then being like, "Hey, pitch it to White." He's feeling it though. White had 272 carries this season.
Jose Ortiz says, Dave Cajones. Randy Douglas says, imagine if we could catch the ball. Yeah, that would be something, right? Imagine running it with Chase Edmonds. Well, they won't be on this play. Baker over the middle, caught by Cade Otton. One of the rare times Cade Otton has made the catch. Yeah, Brian Shepard says,
development.
These boys need some stick-em. Oh, my God, Otton caught one.
Not that I can't believe it's not butter. They need some stick-em.
Yeah. All right, 3rd and 5. Bucs are in field goal range, but again, TDs for the win. Baker looking to his left, throws, knocked down by Cunningham's made some nice plays tonight.
He has. But yeah, so no Chase McLaughlin, 16-3 game.
Let's see. Oh, he had Chris Godwin too. Really locked in on Mike. I mean, can't really blame him for being locked in on Mike. And Baker had the time too. I think if he would have given it another second.
It was just developing. He was just cutting.
Yeah. And he would have been out of the range of Cunningham as well. Snaps a bit high. The kick, though, is good. That's 3 field goals on the night for Chase Money McLaughlin. Chase Money. Chase Automatic.
Chase Bank. He's always money.
Yeah.
But you know what I like so far, Matt, is the Bucs controlling the clock in this one. It feels like you haven't seen the Eagles' offense.
Yeah, the Eagles haven't really had any like long sustaining drives. Like they had the 2 big plays with Devontae Smith. That's been their whole offense.
That's it.
Yeah, this is if you're Todd Bowles and Dave Canales, this is exactly what you want. Chase McLaughlin. Oh, that's funny. That is funny. Oh, gotta change the score as well.
Stay energized. Get your Celsius going.
Yeah,
it's only 9:18 at night.
What flavor do you have?
Right now, I'm rocking the lemon lime.
Oh, cool. I had the Cosmic Vibe before, but unfortunately, as you may be able to hear with the rattling,
it's a worse sound.
Almost done. Yeah. Alden Duffield says Evans is not worth more than 20. I don't know. These you took out the damn drops, you'd say Mike Evans is worth a ton, but
yeah,
I don't know. He's done that this season.
I think this season he had like the 2nd most drops of any season he's played.
Like that. Byron Turner says a turnover and a TD and finish it with Winfield.
It'd be iconic. Like Rondé Barber, he had that pick 6 back in the day on the Eagles. If Antoine Winfield Jr. did the same thing.
Yes. And then did the jersey thing, did the Rondé jersey thing. Do the jersey thing and then do the peace sign.
He'd be in NFL lore forever.
Yeah. It'd be like an evolution of a throwback celebration to the newer celebration.
Yeah.
Brand Stevens says, can't let Philly score before halftime. So important, if anything, hold to 3. Yeah, that's true. I mean, 5:35 to go. For as much as we like this first half, Eagles score a touchdown here. It's a 1-possession game. All right, ESPN is saying 3 Eastern for next week.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I mean,
That's an interesting start time, though. 2 Central, like that never happens.
yeah. So then, is that the first game on Sunday or the second game?
You would have to assume the first, and then there has to be like a
They
night
probably
game.
do a Sunday night game. All right, that's cool. Means we'll be able to watch that night game.
Yeah.
Paul AK Florida Dreamhouse says, if I see one more drop pass, I'm going to lose it. Yaya Diaby's back in. They blitz Izzy in. Oh, that could have been the pick. And there's a late flag as well.
Ooh.
Christian Izzy was right there.
He was so close.
Ineligible man downfield. So you can back him up. Cam Jurgens. Yeah, so Evans has at least 2 drops. Kate Otten has 3. Chase Edmonds has 1.
Man. Might be double digits.
Let's see if we can get Yaya Diaby a sack, who goes from standing up to going into a 3-point stance. That's a nothing burger from Jalen Hurts to number 80, Julio Jones.
You know what's really interesting, though? 3 rushes by the Eagles to 12 passes. Like,
Yeah.
you talk about stopping DeAndre Swift, don't run him at all.
And they, had success running it.
Yeah.
Their
They had
first
a
run of the
9-yard
game went
run.
for 8 yards.
Got the first down.
They're not even thinking about stopping the run. This isn't the Bucs run defense from 2020.
Yeah.
Little play action down the field. Zion with a whopping hit on Julio, but he's able to stay up.
Whew.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if Julio's a little banged up. He's kind of a fragile player to begin with.
Yeah.
Yeah, Zion kind of messed him up.
That's old man Julio. Did not expect Julio Jones to be the main focal point of the Eagles' offense today, but
you don't have A.J. Brown. You got limited options. Interesting, the Bucs have just decided we're going to go with Zion over Ryan Neal. I mean, you see him in the picture right there, Neal and Kayvon Merriweather.
Yeah.
Previously had a fair amount of playing time. They would average around 40% of the snaps.
Yep, Julio's on the sideline now.
4:30 to go. That was a first down for the Eagles, so big third down play. Eagles finally run the ball, and finally Antoine Winfield Jr. gets in on a play.
In the tackle column.
And that's hurting the Winfield tackles too, because they're just not running.
Yeah.
And he's a great defender, so when the ball's thrown his way, the receiver's not catching it. Second and 8 for Philly. They are at their own 40. 3:55 to go in this game. We'll play action. Hurts has time. Going deep down the field. Has a man. It's Smith. Tackled by Jamel Dean, but the Eagles are in business.
No.
Smith having a gigantic game.
Jamel Dean got burned on that one.
He did. Great throw by Jalen Hurts.
Yeah, his finger wasn't bothering him on that one.
No.
Threw a perfect deep ball.
You had Shaq in coverage. Looked like Dean was just trying to pass it off to Winfield.
Yeah, Winfield wasn't keeping up with that.
I'm sure there was a little miscommunication there.
Yeah.
And there's some miscommunication there as well as Goddard strolls into the end zone.
One possession game now.
$16-9.
Only took
Todd
him
Bowles
2.5 minutes.
having a discussion with Antoine Winfield Jr. Oh, Zion was definitely offsides, but the extra point is good. That'll make it 16-10, and yeah, anyone's ball game.
Yep.
Atlanta Bucs fan says Bowles is yelling at the wrong guy there. I mean, how do we know? How do we know what the defensive play that was called?
Yeah.
I think Bowles might know a little bit more than us. Oh, okay. The Eagles are going to take they're going to take the offsides penalty and go for it for the 2-point conversion.
Do you know what's coming, Matt? Maybe a
the
little
tush push.
brotherly shove?
Yeah. Yeah, so now that's a very costly penalty by Zion.
He was offside just a little bit.
He was very offside. Now, why aren't you calling a timeout if you got to get Yaya off the field? Oh, did they stop it? Oh, man.
Wow. I think they did. Keeps it a touchdown game. That's huge.
Wow.
Bucs are the only team that can.
I am a calm thinking 2 steps ahead.
Yeah. Like that one meme, he was thinking about it. You know, I saw this thing on Good Morning Football this morning about like Neil deGrasse Tyson was on there saying it's scientifically impossible to stop the tush push. Well,
Oh, really?
The Bucs just did the impossible.
They did. That'd be you know, like the meme with Vince McMahon like crying or whatever.
Yeah.
That'd be a good one. Like, hey, Dad, like, where were you when when the Bucs stopped the tush push on the 2-point conversion?
Right? He's like, can't do it.
Zion saved the point. Byron Turner says AJ, but I think you meant KJ. KJ Britt, tush, please. Brian Molinaro says Neil deGrasse Tyson is a damn shill. So, yeah, I mean, that is big.
Yeah.
Makes it a 7-point game.
Now we got the 3-minute offense coming out there. No more drop passes.
Cam says, hey, Matt, are we feeling a touchdown on this drive? No. I think the Bucs kick another field goal. Greg White says, got a bad feeling we're going to lose on drop passes.
Yeah.
Warren Sapp says, Todd needs to let every game as risk it, no biscuit, finally. I mean, he's gone for it more on 4th downs and stuff like that. I don't think that's really changed.
Canales, this is your audition. I mean, if it wasn't for the drop passes, the Bucs would probably have 2 more touchdowns. So
Very important drive.
Especially if the Eagles getting the ball.
Of the tush
second
push.
half.
Brotherly shove. Todd Bowles did say that if he figured out the formula to stopping it, then he'd be writing a book about it. KJ ripping his helmet. That's great.
All helmet there.
Run with Rachaad White to the outside, and look at that. The Bucs run it to the outside, and they pick up a first down or 9 yards, whatever it is. Beautiful.
That's what you like to see. I keep re-showing that KJ Britt.
Yeah.
He stood on business.
Let's get a Cade, not Cade, a Chris Godwin reception. Chris Godwin. You had Chris.
He wasn't really covered on that at all.
I'm not. Baker gets a little. I can't get on his case too much, but Baker, a lot of times, really gets fixated on one receiver, and like, if that's it, if that guy's not open, that's when like the tap dancing happens and a lot of the crazy stuff.
Yeah.
But Godwin was open from the beginning.
Yeah, they were playing off coverage on him
because I have the over on his receptions. But in fairness, not sure who he was looking for down the field. Probably Mike. Hey, Cade Otton, get up. Okay. Cade Otton has heavily been involved tonight. This is probably, this is probably the most used workings of the tight end this season for the Bucs.
The only other game I could think of Cade Otton really being a factor was a Texans game. But besides that, like he's been more involved today.
Mm-hmm.
What a catch, though.
Yeah, that was a great catch. So you got to
seems to do that every time.
Angle says that was clean by Otton. Yes, it was. Very, very clean. Nicole
the two leading receivers are David Moore and Cade Otton.
Yeah.
I'll throw that out
Crazy,
there.
Right? I mean, Mike would have, but keeps dropping the ball. Randy Douglas says, drop 3, catch 1.
This comment from Richard here. 3rd-year Otton will be pretty good. Matt, like, what do you think Otton's ceiling is? Do you think, like, there's another level? Or is this just kind of who he is as a player?
Yeah, I think he's an above-average second-string tight end.
Yeah.
I don't think he's crazy physical. I don't think he's the best blocker. He's not
like a lower-tier starter.
Not going to be your top options.
Yeah.
But, in a game like this, when you need him, you hope that he can produce.
It's a funny comment. Bulls is allergic to using timeouts.
Yeah.
Timeout Todd.
We'll give a warning. What do you want him to do? Yeah, Greg White says Otton, backup at best. Not wrong.
Yeah.
Let's see. Yeah, David Moore, 2 for 66. Cade Otton, 4 for 63. Rachaad White has 1 catch for 3 yards. Mike and Chris each only have 1. Again, Mike's been targeted. Mike's been targeted 5 times.
5 times. Jeez.
Chris, they only give him the 1 target. That was a screen pass.
Alrighty, 2 minutes.
Yeah.
First half.
Bucs don't want to give the ball back to the Eagles, especially with the Eagles getting the ball in the third quarter. Baker throwing over the middle. A little high for Godwin. Damn. Bet Baker wishes he had that one back.
Yeah.
I'm surprised he didn't. Okay, there's the schedule. Don't hate that Saturday time slot.
I like the Packers-Niners being at 8.
Yeah. Wonder what the spread will be in that. Daniel Gomez says, we don't need bombs. Just get some short passes and touchdowns before the half. Oh, another drop. Daniel, I don't think you're wrong, but I don't know. If the guy's open down the field, you still got to take the shot.
Yeah.
Angle says, man, what is with all the Butterfingers tonight? I don't know, but it's coming back to haunt the Bucs.
I've lost count. Are we at 8?
Oh, Eagles call timeout.
I think Baker's at under 50% completion percentage, but man, all those drops.
Yeah. Al Bundy says they are throwing bombs because their starting free safety and backup free safety are injured tonight. Again, the place had been open down the field.
Yeah.
Just mostly drops, and then, that wasn't a great throw by Baker.
You can't say the rain's really a factor either.
No, not at all. Brian Molinar says, how many passes are these guys going to drop? Jesus effing C. Joshua Porter says, it'd be great to have a smart team for once. Yeah, big moment here. 3rd and 10.
Yeah.
They're right on the cusp of field. Even that's a little too far for Chase McLaughlin. Baker avoids one sack. Not going to be able to. Almost got through it. Not going to be able to officially be done. Baker gets pissed at the defensive lineman that held on to him after the play. Now Gedecke's in the mix.
Yeah.
Of course, it's Fletcher Cox, and Tristan Wirfs is in the mix. Tristan Wirfs almost never talks to the opponent. But yeah, it was weird. He kind of just held on to Baker.
That was kind of a weird hit. The way he tackled him and brought him down.
It wasn't the way that he brought him down. It was just not letting him up after the play was done. Because he breaks through. Fletcher Cox, well, of course they don't go to it. And he just grabs his face and acts like, what do you expect Gedecke to do?
That's when you wish he was mic'd up for that. Hear what he had to say.
Who knows? Maybe he is.
Never know.
Camarda boots it away. Good kick and drop. The punt is muffed. Oh, Josh Hayes. It rolled in the Bucs' favor too.
Oh man.
Unfortunately, Josh Hayes could not get down there fast enough.
What's up with everyone dropping the ball?
He's one of their top special teams guys as well. That would have been huge.
This is funny. Baker should have given him the Draymond Green special.
Yeah. Brandon Stevens says these refs aren't throwing flags. WTF? I don't mind it. I honestly don't.
Yeah.
They're letting the players play. Haven't seen anything too egregious where a flag needed to be thrown. So, listen, I would much rather have this type of officiating than penalties on every other play.
Yeah. when it's just a flag fest and all you see is yellow confetti flying everywhere. I mean,
and let's be real, like the touchdown to David Moore, probably there was a holding on the offensive line that they didn't call. So yeah, I'm with Tough. Just let it play.
Yeah.
Angelina S said, remember what you said, Baker got to take the easy checkdowns.
I mean, they're not catching the short passes. They're not catching the long passes.
Anything, and he got sacked on the last play. Let's get a stats update. I mean, not much from the offense on that drive. David Moore still leading in yards, Ott leading in receptions. Jamel Dean blowing everybody out the water in the defensive categories.
Triple the tackles.
Yeah, 6 tackles. They didn't even give one to Antoine Winfield Jr. Damn. So that's a dead dog loser. Chase Edmonds, 5 rushing yards. That's okay. Only needs 11 and a half. Chris Godwin, just 1 catch. Not ideal.
You know, I'm surprised they haven't targeted David Moore after that first drive and then Chris Godwin really at all.
No, they haven't. All right, 1:33 to go. Bucs have all 3 timeouts. Eagles only have 1.
They have a long way to go.
Long way to go. We'll see. I mean, if the Bucs can get a stop, they can get the ball back. They start out with a screen to Kenneth Gainwell, who gains about 8 yards on the play, tackled by Carlton Davis. Really, the whole offense for the Eagles has been Devontae Smith. They run it with Gainwell, who slips. And then Vita Vea just like reverse bench presses him to the ground.
Not lift up, lift down.
So, yeah, interesting spot because the Eagles got to go fast if they want to score, but they also get the ball in the third quarter. Hurts scrambling, JTS in pursuit. The ball is thrown away. So 40 seconds to go. Bucs can get pretty good field position, and they have all 3 of their timeouts.
Yeah, it's a short yardage play on the next down. Timeout Todd needs to call timeout here.
Yeah. And, you know, that's a great job. Vita Vea makes that tackle on second down to force the third down. Good pass rush by JTS and Shaq Barrett. They started the season at outside linebacker, but no. That's Yaya Diaby. Oh, never mind. So they gave the first down to the Eagles. Okay. Yeah. I thought that was third down. Hurts looking, throwing it down. Tackled by Antoine Winfield Jr., but that is a first down for Philadelphia.
There you go. There's your tackle for Antoine.
Gonna need one more of those. Eagles gonna call their final timeout.
The comment from Byron here, JTS with the pressure. You know, he's actually had a pretty solid game. Couple pressures, stopped Jalen Hurts on a run play.
JTS has played better in the past couple of weeks. I like him as a third string outside linebacker.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Something happened with JTS where he's getting the message now.
Took a little bit, but
yeah. $32 seconds to go. Eagles at the 32, I guess we'll say. Hurts looking down the right side of the field. Carlton got it. Oh, I don't think his other foot was in bounds. Yeah. But a hell of an effort by Devontae Smith. And you know what? Good coverage by Carlton.
Yeah.
Got to play to the boundary. Made it difficult for Smith. So where he Wasn't able to position his feet. I mean, what is this camera angle? He's not even in the picture. What
His
can we
helmet.
tell from that angle? Yeah, just 1 foot. 2nd and 10. Bucs send the blitz. They're after him. Caught by Goddard, but doesn't go anywhere with it. All right, third down.
He took a seat right on the bench.
22 seconds. So if you get the stop here, I think you call timeout. You force the Eagles to punt it, and you never know. Devin Tompkins gets a good return.
Maybe one shot.
Yeah, you get like 12 seconds. You can run probably 2 plays. You got the timeouts. But it's all predicated on making the stop here. So, little screen. Levante David makes a tackle. Timeout, 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 timeout. Call a damn timeout.
Bruh. No,
I hate when he doesn't call timeout. All right. Well, that's going to do it for the first half. Bucs lead 16-9 in a pretty entertaining game. I wouldn't even say back and forth, but that's the first half. Bucs are with the lead as we go into halftime. Adam, thank you so much for joining the show.
It's been great to be on with you, Matt.
Yeah. And all right, we're going to take a little break and we'll get back into it for the third quarter. See you guys in a bit.
Okay, we are back for the start of the third quarter of Bucs versus Eagles. Hello, everyone. Matt Matera from PewterReport.com. Appreciate everybody watching with me this evening. Pretty entertaining first half. Obviously, the Bucs would have liked to put a couple more points on the board, just given the way that they were able to move the ball, some costly drops. But I think Dave Canales has called a really good game. So has Todd Bowles on the defensive side as the Eagles start this drive with DeAndre Swift, but he's tackled in the backfield for a loss by Levante David. Adam P. Park says, welcome back, Matty Diamond. It's good to be back. Adam. Whew. Daniel Wolf says 3 and out. Let's effing go defense. Luke says, tell him to switch gloves, Matt. No more Butterfingers. That's the problem. It's been everyone. Evans, Otten, Rashad White, Chase Edmonds. Hasn't just been one guy. Atlanta Bucs fan 19 says, this is my first game day. Pretty solid, big fan. That's awesome, Adam. Hope you enjoy the game. Jamel Dean coverage. No flag. Bucs get bailed out there. Pete says, thoughts on this defense so far? I really like how the defense has played. I mean, Devontae Smith has gone pretty wild, but outside of that, I don't hate with what they've done. I think Jamel Dean did get a little lucky. Daniel. All right, 3rd and 11. Big opportunity for the Bucs. Oh, they had a chance, and they got him. Kalijah Cansey and Vita Vea involved as well. Nicely done. I think that's the first sack of the game for the Bucs. They've done a good job pressuring Jalen Hurts. Yeah, Diaby on the outside. Cansey got in. Devin White blitzing. Kalijah Cansey. Let's see. Very, very cool. All right, Bucs get a 3 and out right away. You got to be happy with that. Oh, JTS got one as well. Did he? Ooh. Yep, that's the second sack. My bad. All right, let's see. How does Tampa Bay look this time around? Got Cade Otton and Payne Durham in the game. They go play action. A little short one to Otton. It's 9 targets for Cade Otton. Adam wants more outside runs. Those inside runs went nowhere. Bucs throwing it again on 2nd down, staying aggressive. Baker dancing around in the pocket. He's going to move. Dude, you just got to get rid of the ball. He does, and it's just missed. Looking for Rashad White. Another one off the hands. I'm not going to say that was extremely catchable. Baker tried to extend the play as long as he could.
Yeah, Evans slipped. I think he might have been looking for Mike Evans. Yeah, Rashad slipped back, and then he kind of just stopped. Anyway, that'll make it 3rd and 7. And Baker is sacked on 3rd down, so each team shares a 3 and out. Not ideal. But, that's why there's adjustments, all that fun stuff. Jake Camarda's punt is up and away. Fielded much better this time. Overall, solid field position. Backing up by the Bucs coverage. Julio Jones is out for the rest of the game. So obviously that was a very, very tough hit from Zion McCollum on Julio Jones earlier. Cam says, dude, what the Bucs first half offense is a fluke? What? I don't think it was a fluke. Julio Jones equals class. Brian Gomez says, Bake was hit hard. It's Wolford time. It would be Kyle Trask. Where's the first quarter offense? I mean, it was the first drive of the half. They're going to get the ball back. All good, Cam. Is Evans alive, says Rick Lentz. What the F? Yeah, they haven't really gone back to him much. Baby Boy 2 Demand says Baker's holding on too long. He said in presser he would take easy completions. That's not what he's been doing last few drives. He's looking for the kill shot. Okay. I think that last one, like no one was open, so he couldn't even take the easy ones. And then you're not wrong, Baby Boy 2 Demand. I think what you could point to, though, is that guys have been open. They've dropped the ball. Baker's made the right throws, except for he overthrew Godwin in the second quarter. Outside of that, the throws have been there, and he's making them. If he kept missing all those throws, then, yeah, I would agree. Bucs guy says, does the defense get a stop here? I don't think they'll get a 3 and out, but, I mean, they've been playing well. Hurts has time. As I say this, he's going to run up. Big time scramble by Hurts. Takes a shot from Levante David, and there's the penalty. I don't think that's a good call. Refs are chatting about it, though. What's the call? Okay. So that play's going to offset. All right. Replay. Luke says, if that hit is a flag, then I'm a purple dragon. Where's the hold? Whatever. Yeah, I don't love that call. Elijah can't see drawing a hold. Yeah, he was already on the ground. But I agree with Daniel Wolf, who says he's a runner. He was a runner. Hurts to Smith. Do not make a scene. Jamel Dean wraps him up. And that goes for a loss of yards on the play. Jamel Dean has 7 tackles in this game. Nice job by him. Got a long way to go for Antoine Winfield Jr. Needs 6 more from Antoine. K-Dot now leads the Bucs with 77 receiving yards and 6 catches. David Moore has 2. Everyone else has 1. Hurts going to scramble. Not a lot of room. Christian Izzian escorts him to the outside. Good pressure from Kalijah Cansey. Good coverage by the Bucs. Good job of not letting Hurts do too much damage on the ground. Eagles have, I don't even want to say it out loud because I don't want to jinx it. Bucs looking like they're going to dial up some pressure. Devin White right at the line of scrimmage. Hurts has some time to throw over the middle. It is incomplete. Goddard wanted a flag. JTS was in coverage. Oh, they do throw a flag. Damn. Not a 3-and-out. JTS. See this replay. Ticky-tack. But that gives Eagles a first down. I don't think the Bucs can really complain. They've gotten away with a couple of other ones. Eagles getting back to the ground game. DeAndre Swift. Pat O'Connor makes the tackle. I'm shocked the Eagles... I mean, they ran it 6 times with DeAndre Swift. They haven't even, tried to establish the ground game. Swift has 6 rushing attempts. Hurts scrambled on that last one, and Kent Gainwell has 1 run. I mean, it's a 7-point game. You can run whatever you want to do, but they have not gotten it done passing the ball, so quite interesting. Swift with another run. Oh, almost broke it. Logan Hall with the stop. He's a little banged up as well. So the Bucs bring in new players for third down. I was thinking that too, Brian Sheffer, who says the league must have told these guys not enough yellow in the first half. Big time 3rd and 6 coming up. Oh, Yaya Diaby unprompted. Gainwell makes the catch. Dean with another stop. Devin White in there as well. Bucs will get off the field. Tackling machine tonight. Eagles punt it away. Devin Tompkins makes the catch. Going to try to head up the field. Breaks a tackle. Breaks another one. Tompkins is a very hard-nosed runner. Cali Buck says, please offense, please, we need 7 now. Miguel Ramirez said, it's Bucs versus Eagles, refs out there. I mean, that's just not true. There was 2 questionable calls on that drive. The Bucs, I mean, there was a Jamel Dean pass interference that wasn't called. There was no holding penalty on the David Moore touchdown. It's been a pretty even-keeled game. Brian Molinaro says, defense is winning the game if the offense can douse their damn hands and stick them. Yeah. Brian Gomez with TGHT says, I want to see Mike Evans break off and get 6. LFG. And Angelina S., thinking quite similarly, says, we need Mike Evans to show up right here. Malcolm Hawthorne, another gut-wrenching game all the way till the end. At least the Bucs are on the right side of it, up 7 versus being a trailer and trying to tie it up. It does feel like another touchdown. It wouldn't put the game away, but it would really, really put the feet to the fire of the Eagles. Tom says, Godwin, feed Godwin. I'm with you. I mean, all these other players are having drops. You know who doesn't drop the football? Chris Godwin. At least not this year. Yeah, Jan Rogers says, feed the top wide receivers. I agree. Byron Turner, great comment, says, Evans or Godwin, ... deliver us from heartburn, guys. Luke wants to know, is our dear Scott live at Raymond James Stadium? Yes, he is. Scott Reynolds is there. Bailey Adams is there. And Josh Capo is in town, also at the game. Randy Douglas says, is anyone going to Vegas for the Super Bowl? I mean, if the Bucs are in it, yes. If they are not, I don't believe so. I know I will not be. I'll actually be on the West Coast that weekend, unless the Bucs keep advancing, and then I'll cancel my trip, which I'll happily cancel if it means the Bucs are going to the Super Bowl. Hey, look at that. Kate Otten involved once again. Josh S. with a super chat of $1.99. Thank you, Josh. As he says, keep the fire up. Tampa needs points this drive. Absolutely. I think even a field goal makes it a 2-possession game. And we're getting down to the nitty-gritty of the third quarter. I'm trying to make up for those drops, says Daniel Wolf. Yeah, been a ton of Kate Otten. Second down, a run with Rachaad White right up the middle. That's a first down. He gets over the 50 to the 45. Rachaad White is hyped. Big first down. Keep that clock churning. Great job by Aaron Stinney. Chris Godwin with the block as well. Nice, nice, nice. Malcolm Hawthorne says, tight ends have the coolest names. Ever notice that? There are some cool ones. Bucs go play action. Baker throws. Caught by Chris Godwin. Praise be to Godwin. There it is, Chris, says Pete. Godwin looks a little shaken up, but I think he'll be all right. Yeah, not hating this by any means from the Bucs. Taking the easy completions like we've talked about, getting rid of the ball quick. All right, you got 3 receivers to the right side. They'll run it with Shad. Fighting for those yards. That'll make it a 2nd and 2. It makes it a 3rd and 1 now. Nicole says, Rashad talking shit is awesome. Yeah, it's fun to see. Not typically what Rashad White does, but something about playing in a playoff game has got him going. What do you do? Do you run it here? Do you go play action? I always like Jeremy Shockey. Oh, you got Payne Durham. You had him. You can't take a sack there. And he had Payne. I don't know what. Baker looked right at Payne Durham and just didn't throw it. That was odd. Anyway, Bucs will have to punt now. Oh boy. What a game. Not the most ideal third quarter. Neither team has moved the ball particularly well. A couple first downs for each side. Diesel Roche says, let the ball go, Baker. It wasn't a bad call. Like, you don't want to be predictable and just run it every single time. So I don't hate the play action. Yeah, Baker's just got to get rid of the ball. Durham was wide open and first read. What the F? Yeah, it's a tough one. Kelly Buck says he paused and overthought the play. Durham was there. It was tight, but there was enough room. Yeah, I mean, not every throw, guys are going to be wide open. That's why you get paid to make those throws. Malcolm Hawthorne says, lovely move, the way we took ourselves out of field goal range. At what point are they taking Stinnie out? Probably not this game. You're at the 2-yard line. You decide to throw. Come on. I mean, it was a 3rd and 1. I don't hate the idea of throwing it. Just he didn't throw it. He held on to the ball. Yeah, because the worst thing was the sack. Because even if you throw an incompletion on 3rd down, you at least can consider going for it. Yeah, Kelly Buck says the play was there. He didn't throw it. Yeah, Matt Bentley says, are you kidding me? If you don't get it, you go for it. Exactly. It could have been an incomplete pass. Then it was 4th and 1. Like when the Bucs went for it on the other side, when it was 4th and 1, they pitched it to Rashad White. Great teams take control and stay aggressive. Well, yeah, I mean, who knows? The Bucs probably would have gone for it if that was just an incompletion. Maybe they need to give Stinnie a little help. Yeah, I think so. But once again, field position game has become pretty big. JTS in the mix. Gainwell. Oh, what a tackle by Levante David. That's a huge loss. His ankle says LVD beast mode. LVD. Levante attack. Yay, good defense. JTS insane today. Another defensive stop. Hit the bricks. Levante has at least 10 seasons left. Oh, and there are many other Bucs in pursuit as well. That's a 6-yard loss. Great job by Levante David and the Bucs defense.
Little safety here. Hurts in the end zone, throwing out. Caught by Goddard. That'll make it a 3rd and about 5, I would say. Man, what a stop. All right, let's see. 3rd and 6. We'll see if the Bucs can get off the field again. Vita Vea was closing in on Jalen Hurts. Bucs just send 4. Hurts trying to scramble. Can't see in pursuit. Anthony Nelson's got him. How's that not intentional grounding? Intentional grounding. Anthony Nelson makes a huge play. Wrapping up Jalen Hurts in the end zone. Nelly forces the intentional grounding on Jalen Hurts, which of course occurred in the end zone. So that's 2 points for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They now lead 18-9, and they get the ball. A huge play by Anthony Nelson. Great contributions from multiple reserve Bucs players today, whether it was David Moore on one side, now Anthony Nelson steps up, all sparked by the Levante David tackle for a loss. Fantastic job by the Bucs. A huge moment. And that makes it a 9-point game. Boy, that was big. Nelly. And Devin Tompkins returns it to the 35, trying to get to the 40. So not the worst field position to have to start this next drive. Common Sensei says potential game-winning play. I mean, yeah, the way that the Eagles have moved the ball today, you got to be happy with how the Bucs have done. And the Eagles have to score twice and have to score another touchdown, which has not been easy for them. There's only been 2 touchdowns in this whole game. Oh, high snap. They run it with Rachaad White. Any yards here is big time. That turned into like a 5-6 yard play. And this is what the Bucs love to have. They can start salting this game away. You're up 9. A field goal forces the Eagles to at least go for score 2 touchdowns. Very important. And they got pressure on that safety. They got pressure with 4 pass rushers. They dropped people back and just let their pass rushers do the job. Typically, Todd Bowles likes to blitz, but that was huge on that play. Baker to the outside. Trey Palmer breaks a tackle. Breaks another tackle. Trey Palmer's going to take it to the house. Tampa Bay, Trey. Oh, the route is on. Trey Palmer has been in the doghouse for a little bit amongst Bucs fans. Gets a 56-yard touchdown reception. A catch and run, broke a tackle, and he was off to the races. The Bucs now lead 24-9. My goodness. Big play, Trey. Incredible. Wow. That escalated quickly. Man, what a moment. What a moment. Wow. All right. We're getting close to the fourth quarter. Ain't over yet, but 25-9. The way the Eagles have been moving the ball. Miguel Ramirez says, a lot of game left, but we should be feeling good. Yeah, I don't think you can stress out. No time to stress just yet. Let's get another. Yeah. Great point as well. Nicola says, cap hit year. Yi Jinping says, looks like the Eagles aren't doing well with this humidity and warm weather. I mean, what's the temperature out? I mean, it's 65 degrees. I don't know how much that's played a factor. Appreciate the comment nonetheless. Joshua Porter says, NFC South strong. Angle says, how we feeling, Bucs fans? Tampa Bay. I mean, this is all Trey Palmer. That's a 7-yard route. Breaks one tackle, breaks another, goes untouched. Chris Hobson says, time for the defense to close this out. Absolutely. $25-9. Eagles will start their next drive at about the 28-29. Baker Mayfield has 259 passing yards. He's 16 for 30 and really could be, 22 for 30? Something like that. Jalen Hurts on the other side, 17 of 25 for 172. DeAndre Swift has 19 rushing yards. Bucs have spread the ball around a ton. I mean, Otten's leading the way with 7 receptions, but Trey Palmer, that was his first catch of the game. Evans only has 1. Chris Godwin has just 2. DeAndre Swift running. Going to break a couple of tackles. Gets about 15 yards. Yeah, I mean, now if you're the Eagles, you just got to keep it moving. But, I mean, they should have been running the ball from the get-go. Nicola says Colin Cowherd a bum, reigniting that rivalry. Ace Andrews, I'll read this after the play. Another run with Swift, that goes nowhere. Bucs will allow that all day long. Ace Andrews says, as frustrated as we were with the offense, they've scored 23 points, which is why I think a lot of people would have thought would be good enough to beat the Eagles. Far from over, though. Yeah, 23 for the Bucs offense, 25 in total for the game. Hurts over the middle. Oh, caught by Smith. Winfield just overplayed it a little bit. A little bit. All right, that's it for the third quarter. Bucs lead 25-9. Put your fours up. Put your fours up, Pewter people, Bucs fans, everybody. Bucs have a chance to enter to close this game out going into the fourth quarter. Nicola says, would be 38-9 if it wasn't for the drops. Let's keep going, boys. Yeah, let's think positive. Common Sensei says, Jalen only looking for 6. Yeah, I mean, Swift's a very good running back. He can't really be running anymore, just given what's left in the game. As far as like skill players and stuff, Devontae Smith's the only guy that's like explosive. Yeah, he's got 6 catches for 126 yards. Julio, who's been out of the game since the second quarter, is second with 3 catches for 22. Goddard has 4 for 21. Let's see. Yeah, 1 tackle for Antoine Jr. Yeah, as far as my prop bets going, I don't know if Chase Edmonds is going to get back into the game, but he's at 5, so he needs 7 more yards. Godwin needs 3 more catches. I don't know if he'll get that. Winfield's not even going to come close to those picks or to those tackles, unless he has an unreal drive. And DeAndre Swift not looking good with his rushing yards, 36. So I might have an offer tonight. But, that's the game. It is what it is. Angelina S says, fourth quarter time. Got to let it all hang out and foot on the pedal. I'm with you. Cam says, can we get a turnover pick 6? Yeah, Bucs haven't had, I mean, they didn't have a turnover, but they got the safety, so that was really important. $25-9. Incredible. First and 10 for the Eagles. They're over midfield. Bit of a bobbled snap. Hurts going to run. Plenty of Bucs players in pursuit. He chucks it down the field, and that goes out of bounds. That's an incompletion. So make it 2nd and 10. Daniel Gomez says, why isn't it going up? There we go. We can't nap this fourth quarter. 15 minutes of sound offense and defense. I'm with you. I mean, I think the Eagles are at a point. What are they down? 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. They're down 16. So technically it's a 2-possession game. But you're forcing the Eagles into a situation where they have to score touchdowns. They can't settle for field goals. As Hurts throws down the middle, caught by Devontae Smith, the only guy doing stuff. Richard Taroka says, does the finger look like it's hindering Hurts? Not really. I mean, he made the big throw to Smith earlier in the game. He's had a lot of shorter throws, but I don't think that's because of the finger. I just think that's how the Bucs have been playing defense. Ooh, Kalijah Kancey is in his bag today. A big-time tackle from Kalijah Kancey, a TFL. They'll set up 2nd and 12. Spam account says the game isn't over until the clock says 0. I agree. You are very correct, spam account, with that. Cam says, dude, can we just stop Devontae Smith? He's the one guy that's been doing everything. Nicole says, Kalijah. Miguel Ramirez says, Kancey is a beast. Kancey's a beast. Play action, caught by Goddard. Flag on the play. And the tackle made by KJ Britt. That'll make it 3rd down, depending on what this penalty is.
An eligible player downfield. Back him up. Brian Gomez with TGHT says Eli Manning did a quick segment pregame talking about how the middle finger shouldn't really affect Hurts' throwing. Okay, there you have it. I'll take Eli's word for it. Oh, nice swim move by Kalijah Cansey. Anyway, 2nd and 17 now. A false start penalty. The Eagles are unraveling. You love to see it. That Eagles fan is miserable. Miserable. It does not feel like it's 10:42 at night. It feels like it's like 8:30. Yeah, so what do you do here if you're Todd Bowles? Do you play coverage, let the 4 pass rushers do your thing? Do you send the blitz and force Jalen Hurts to get rid of the ball quickly and thus less time to get down the field? I think I'd bring some pressure. They blitz Devin White, have to get rid of it quickly. I mean, beautiful. McCollum with the tackle on Swift. That goes for 2 yards. That still keeps the 3rd and long. Beautiful. 3rd and 21. Yeah, I think on this one you just gotta play coverage. Someone was asking about Shaq Barrett before. I think Shaq's actually been fine. Pressure has been there. I mean, they pressured Jalen Hurts all night. Hurts stepping back. He's going to step up, throwing it over the middle. Swift makes a tackle. He's going to be well short. But again, the Eagles probably got to go for it. So nice play by the Bucs. Eagles are 0 for 8 on 3rd down. Or in another sense, the Bucs are 8 for 8. Okay, Eagles are going to kick a field goal. Still would make it a 2-possession game. I doubt the Eagles would fake it. Kick by Elliott is good. There is a flag you don't want to give. Oh, offsides. Oh. Okay. That's going to give the Eagles I don't know how far they are, but yeah, that's a bad penalty. Zion McCollum again? It makes a 4th and 5. So once again, the Bucs Bucs might get bailed out, not allowing any points. Oh, that'd be funny. All right, that certainly changes the game a little bit. See what they do. Maybe it's time for Zion to make a big play if he keeps going off sides. Bucs send the house. Hurts throwing towards the end zone. It's knocked away by Carlton Davis. Once again, Zion McCollum goes off sides, and the Bucs get away with it. They're successfully running that play. Back on the field. JRVI says Zion has to be stopped. Luke says Zion will be practicing lining up for a field goal defense this week. Joshua Porter says Shaq has to show up if this holds next week. Again, I think Shaq's had like a solid game. Spirit, though, says, I love this. Diesel Roche says, Zion, you can be off sides for every play and figure if we're keeping the opposing team and getting needed points. Kathy Gillespie, thank you for the $1.99 super chat, who's at the game. Says, holy crap, Matt, we may win. Yay. That's awesome. Very happy for you, Kathy. RFK 617 says, got a cherry lime Celsius waiting till we win. It's going to keep you up for a while, but hey, great to celebrate with a Celsius. Shaggy also saying, hit that like button. Please do. We are very, very, very close to 13,000 subscribers. We're under, I think we're 49 away. Would love to get to that by the end of this broadcast. By the way, win or lose, I was going to say win, lose, or draw, but there is no draws in playoff football. As Baker throws over the middle, caught by Payne Durham. So just the riches for the tight ends get richer. Luke says Payne runs like a damn Mustang. But yeah, so no matter what, we are going to have the Pewter postgame show after it. I believe Scott Reynolds will be on live from Raymond James Stadium and myself, and we'll talk about this game. Hopefully it's a good ending. Oh, Ace Andrews, appreciate this comment. How about I create a new YouTube account and subscribe to help out? LOL. Yeah, feel free. If you want to, I'd really appreciate that. Baker finding Chris Godwin. Again, I like that. Making something out of nothing. You just need to make sure that you move the ball and you don't do anything too silly. All right, some people angry on the Eagles side. Yo, Chase Edmonds in the game. Chase Edmonds in the game. We could use this. Been ice cold with a lot of my picks. Let's get some Chase Edmonds action. 5 yards, 10 yards. Give it to me. Chase Edmonds. All right. 2 yards there. Ooh. Call it on the Eagles. Automatic first down. All right, Chase Edmonds got to be at like 6 yards now. Chase Edmonds is 3 for 6. Not ideal. But again, 6-yard run here, and he gets it. Let's go. Chase Edmonds. Or Chris Godwin. Need 2 more catches from Chris Godwin. Oh. Cade Otton makes the catch. That's a first down for Tampa Bay. And that keeps Chase Edmonds on the field. Baker's running off. I don't know why. Maybe something with his helmet. I bet the radio's not working. Baker sprinted off the field. That was odd. I don't know why they're not showing.
Baker back in. They run it with Chase Edmonds. Oh, Chase Edmonds was so close to getting that to the outside. Damn. He was so close. What's his penalty, though? Holding, probably, on the Bucs. All right. That's on O'Keefe. So that negates the... negative run by Chase Edmonds anyway. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think that's a great call. I'd almost rather Edmonds get tackled there than break the big run and having it called back. All right, 1st and 20. Baker going down the field for Mike. Great adjustment. Great adjustment by Mike Evans, and they get all of that yardage back and more. That's going to set it up as like a 2nd and 1. Well done by Mike. A little bit of the push off, but whatever. Gets the call. Cam says, "Let's go, Mike." Let's go. Chase Edmonds or Chris Godwin. 2nd and 1. Baker's in shotgun. What is this camera angle? Rashad White's back in the game. So that's probably the last of Chase Edmonds we'll see. Oh, man. Run like the Dickens, Rashad, says Luke. Not Gattaca. Gattaca's at the game. Yeah, Rashad White, a respectable 66 yards. Not bad. Bucs have ran it for 107. Baker really helpful with that. 2 rushes for 16 yards. Cade Otton, 8 catches for 89 yards. Eagles send the blitz. Not much for Rashad White. Ends up getting a yard. Josh Reporter says, "Think this will break them if we can score here." Yeah, I would agree. Eagles are already calling their timeout, so yeah, they know this is a huge play. Yeah, Baker's over 300 passing yards. 306 from Baker. He was fantastic tonight. 2 touchdowns. Probably should have had a third. Sacked 4 times. Don't love that. QB rating of only 108. Compared to Jalen Hurts, who's at 98. 67 rushing yards for Rashad White. Getting a serviceable evening for Rashad White. Oh, screen pass to Mike. Does he get the first down? Oh, never mind. It's 2nd down anyway. Nicely done. By the way, thanks to Byron Turner for the super chat of $4.99, who says, Capo Matera in danger of being the dogs this week on picks, and Mayfield looking like a dog tonight with bad ribs. Yeah, like I said from the beginning, I'm happy to be wrong about my prediction. Is what it is. Not going to be right every single time. And, yeah, Baker is playing like a dog. A dog. He's been fantastic. And I think, again, shout out to the Packers for beating the Cowboys, because I think it's huge that if the Bucs hold on here, that they go to Detroit instead of going to San Fran. You don't want to play San Fran. Luke says, what the hell is Joe Buck wearing? Yeah, striped shirt with the solid tie. Bit odd. Aaron O's says, I'm loving this. That's great. Rashad White gets that first down on a 3rd and 1. Eagles have 1 timeout remaining. Bucs can just ice this away. Let's get Rashad White in the game. Or sorry, as Eagles call their last time out. Let's get Chase Edmonds in the game. Let him get a couple rushing yards. Keep Rashad White healthy. And then throw it twice to Chris Godwin. Daniel Wolf says, Matt, if 2 catches were made, Baker's close to 400. Yeah, I mean, the deep ball to Mike would have been insane. Another run with Shad. See, and this is where the Bucs are at their best. When they have a lead, they know they just want to turn out the clock. Another run with Rashad. Stays in bounds smartly. Remember, Eagles are out of timeout, so they're just letting that clock continue to go. Eagles have a player down. They're out of timeouts. I guess the clock would stop anyway. That's Slay that's down. Angle says Slay is really hurt. Rich Taroka says, unlike Bowles, Philly using all the timeouts. You know what? I wonder if that's an NFL stat of like winning a playoff game without calling any without calling any timeouts. Yeah, that's tough for Slay. He just came back too. Excuse me. Very interesting to see. Again, if the Bucs hold on. Like, I know there's some reports and stuff that, like, the Eagles should move on from Nick Sirianni. I feel like that's kind of crazy for a team that's 1 year removed from the Super Bowl. Tom says, good game by the entire team. Angelina S. says, I predicted 27-10. There you go. Ed Gain said, intentional stop the clock. I don't know. S. Tucker says, Slay will have plenty of time to heal up at home next week. Joshua Porter said, so glad no one is giving them a chance next week. No big heads. 559 says, I think we can take the Lions. I think they'll put up a way better performance than they did the first time against the Lions. They had some moments in that game against Detroit, too. Brian Gomez says, is Tucker on the sideline? Think they would let him run a little? Probably not. I mean, Chase Edmonds only has 3 rushing attempts. Sean Tucker hasn't had 1 rushing attempt in 3 months. So,
Greg White says Baker 4 years, $120 million. I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do Baker for 4 years. I would do Baker for 2. Okay, so this is a very serious injury with Darius Slay. I think we're all understanding that as they take the cart. Man, yes. Hopefully he'll be all right. Bat W says Detroit will be our real test. We win, look out. We will go to the Super Bowl. Al Bundy says Baker for 3 years, out after 2. Bat W says Baker won't sign a 2-year. I don't know what Baker will want to do. I mean, obviously, you want that long-term stability. Donkey Kong says Baker sucks. He'll take any contract he can get. Ryan Molinaro says, hope Slay's okay. That looked effed. I have a messed up back and it's not fun. Spam account says wildcard games haven't been too close this year. That's true. You really just had Rams Lions yesterday. That was it. Baker throwing it deep down the field for Chris Godwin. He's in. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Praise be to Godwin. Didn't find the end zone much in the regular season, but finds pay dirt to really put the dagger into the Philadelphia Eagles. Bucs lead 31-9. Woo. Chris Godwin, the recipient of the Mark Cook Good Guy Award. The extra point by Chase Money McLaughlin is good. Whew, what a game for the Bucs, 32-9. It is an absolute blowout. Wow, wow, wow. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers have scored 31 points as a team. And I say that as a team because the defense scored 2 points for this group. The Bucs offense scores 29 of their own, relatively with not much help from like a turnover or penalties and stuff like that. I know the Eagles defense has been pretty trash down the stretch, but I mean, 30 points scored by the Bucs offense, 32 points in total. Gotta love it. Carmen Vitale said it seems like I've seen that score before when it was 31-9. Of course, the Bucs famously defeated the Kansas City Chiefs live from Raymond James Stadium to win Super Bowl LV 55, I believe. Luke says Matt Patricia is the MVP of the game. $337 passing yards for Baker Mayfield. Chris Godwin, 4 catches for 45 yards and a touchdown. 3 touchdown passes for Baker Mayfield. Would have had 400 yards, not for the Mike Evans drop. Eagles obviously are in desperation mode, so they're going to go no huddle. I did take the under in this game, however, also did have +3. So Byron Turner, thanks for the $4.99 super chat, says, and that is the game. Just teasing you, Matty Diamonds, onto the Motor City. Yeah, no, it's all good fun. Feel free to get on my case. Look at that. Greg Gaines with the sack. Shaq Barrett obviously was very involved on it too. Sack. Just a masterclass performance by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Now, it's going to be much tougher next week. I mean, Detroit and Philly are teams that were not going the right direction. Or different directions. JTH727 says, Pewter Report is the best. Hell yeah, Matt and Scott. Thank you for the work. Thank you very much. Thank you all for watching. And we get to do it again next week. If the Bucs hold on. And again, reminder for everybody, we will have the Pewter postgame show coming up. Late flag thrown. And Goddard's hurt. That sucks, especially like garbage time. Jason Light, GM of the year, executive of the year, whatever the award is. I'll make it 3rd and 18. Maybe we get Chase Edmonds, man. That's really the only. I might go an offer. I'll get Bucs +3. That's about it. Hurts to the side. Immediately goes down. I think Zacchaeus just doesn't want to get hurt. Jason Light on the sideline now. He's got to be feeling pretty good. Eagles going for it on 4th and 12. They don't really have much of a choice. Bucs send the blitz. Hurts throwing. It's caught. Goes out of bounds. That's a stop on 4th down. Bucs have been fantastic on 3rd down tonight. Run it with Chase Edmonds. Chase Edmonds. We got a chance. Oh, we got some super chats rolling in as well. Thank you, guys. We'll get to them after this play. Let's see. Come on, Chase Edmonds. Give me the over. Baker's still in. You still got the 2-minute warning, so like, yeah, you still got to run it. Come on, Chase Edmonds. Go
Go, Chase Edmonds. Go. Go. He's so close. He's so close. And that's why you gamble, people. Chase Edmonds. 11.5. He needs 6 yards. Oh, he's 3 yards away. Oh. 3 yards away. I don't want to get shut out. Just give me one. Just give me one. Come on, Chase Edmonds. 3 yards. 3 yards. Up the middle. He's got it. He's got it. Chase Edmonds over 11.5 rushing yards. Give me the over. Give me the over. Not tonight. Well done. You never know when it's going to hit. Let's go. By the way, thank you to these super chats. Randy Douglas, $13.99 Canadian, says, just because you are worth the money, Matt, and all of Pewter Report, hope they can play this way against the Lions. Randy, thank you so much. It's very kind of you to say. Appreciate you. Appreciate all of the Pewter people. And then Daniel Voet, thank you for the $4.99 super chat, who says, I'm in the hospital right now, but I love Pewter Report. We beat the Eagles. Daniel, thank you for the super chat. I hope everything is all right. Hope you're recovering well in the hospital. So sorry to hear that you're there, but the Bucs winning hopefully can put you in a little bit of a better mood. But thank you, Daniel. And get well soon. All right. Gotta find the where's that damn video? I should just save this in a proper file. There we go. Tom says, if Green Bay beats San Fran, then I would be a little worried. Green Bay would be a step ahead in game 2. Yeah, but I mean, like, then you would get a home game, and that probably tops a lot more. Ed Gain says, what week did we play Detroit? Yeah, it was the Creamsicle game. I believe it was week 6, because they had a bye the week before. Yeah, so I want to say week 6. JB says, Big Play Trey has to be Trey Palmer's nickname from now on. I mean, Tampa Bay Trey. Chase Edmonds, 14 yards. Jan Rogers says, imagine we go on a revenge tour. Oh, no! Oh, no! I think Chase Edmonds just lost it. Oh, my God. Oh, my God! That's a terrible loss! That's a horrible loss! Get it back, Chase Edmonds. He got it back. He got it back. Incredible. What the hell is happening? That was wild. Are you freaking kidding me? Did Chase Edmonds get it? He got it! 12 yards! 12 yards for Chase Edmonds, 11 and a half. That was insane! Holy smokes! Listen, there's nothing else to root for right now besides the Chase Edmonds rushing yards. Oh my God. That was insane. That was insane. That's right. Victory Tuesday, Daniel Gomez says. By the way, Bucs +3 hit. The under of 43 hit. My props sucked, but 2-0 with the Bucs picks. We'll take that. 22 seconds to go. Poor Jason Kelce. Might be his last game. And that is going to do it, ladies and gentlemen. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers just defeated the Philadelphia Eagles 32-9. The Bucs get some revenge from that Week 3 matchup. Another one at home. They are advancing to the divisional rounds of the playoffs, where they will take on the Detroit Lions in Detroit next Sunday at 3 p.m. Eastern. Bert Kreischer versus Eminem. Another revenge tour game for the Buccaneers. What a win for this team. A huge win for Todd Bowles. He will be back as head coach next year. A fantastic game from Baker Mayfield. Cade Otton with a career game. The defense, lights out. Anthony Nelson with a huge play. Great coverage. Jamel Dean making a number of tackles. Kalijah Kancey gets his first sack of the postseason of his career. I mean, it's his first postseason game. Bucs win 32-9. They move to the second round of the postseason. And before we end the show, again, we'll have the Pewter postgame show coming up in a little bit. We'll announce on our social media. Byron Turner, you've been our top super chatter. Cannot thank you enough. With one last super chat, $4.99 says, PR Matt SR. Thanks for all you do. Enjoy this, Pewter Nation. Byron, thank you so much. You were so much fun to talk to tonight and in general. Yeah, so we'll have the Pewter postgame show very soon. And then Victory Tuesday tomorrow, where we'll hear from Todd Bowles and more Bucs football coming up. All right, guys. Thank you. See you later. Out.